What's up, YouTube? We're streaming live on TikTok and YouTube. I'm going to go live on TikTok here in a second. When I mentioned link in bio or link in profile, for you on YouTube, it's actually link in description, below the video, as usual. So we're streaming live on TikTok and YouTube now. Just went live on TikTok, waiting for people to roll in, waiting for YouTube people to roll in, then we'll get rolling here pretty quickly. We will look at we'll look at the crypto market today. I mean, holy moly, what a weekend, what a red weekend. As soon as we get to 100 likes, we will get started. We'll look at some charts, we'll chat with y'all, answer some questions, look at what you want to look at, talk what you want to talk about. I'll share with you my thoughts. I've been spending all weekend studying, researching, going deep into what I think the best moves are, what I'm doing anyways, what I plan on doing, what my strategies are, how I'm adjusting for what's going on, etc. But as soon as we get to 100 likes, we'll get rolling. We got 59 people. We're streaming live on 86 now on TikTok, streaming live on TikTok and YouTube, Daily Crypto Bull across all the socials. We're at 113 likes on the TikTok now. Let's go ahead and start the stream looking at this. Who knows what this chart is? Throw it in the chat if you know what's going down. What's up, Ace? I'll just say it. This is the lifetime chart of Bitcoin. This is 13 years of Bitcoin. So as you see, price goes up and then it goes down a bunch. It goes up a bunch, down a bunch, up a bunch, down a bunch, up a bunch, and now we're on our way down a bunch, staying right on track with what's going on. These blue lines are Bitcoin halvings. So what that means is the amount of Bitcoin that can be mined per day gets cut in half overnight. As you can see, price takes off after these halving events. Look at the next one that's out here, about March, April 2024. So I expect price to take off after March, April 2024. It will probably go up some before then, but I mean really take off like it does back here. So my estimated sell dates of stuff is about April 2025. Ace says rainbow chart. That's a good thing to look at because that's a logarithmic chart also. Let me refresh this quick. So this is the rainbow chart Ace is talking about, looking at the lifetime chart of Bitcoin. This is the most important thing to pay attention to, this type of thing, okay? This is the most important stuff to pay attention to because we still stay within trend. Now, this is a log chart, so it is more easier to look at than a linear chart. A linear chart would be much harder to read. I don't want to change this to log. I mean, I guess I could quick. See, that's what a linear chart would look like over Bitcoin's lifetime here, but see, a log chart's easier to see. As you can see here, say this one back here, we got up to about 1160, went all the way down to 171 bucks. This one up here got up to about 20 grand, went all the way down to about 3,200. Now we've got up to 69,000. What will we go down to? Now in the lifetime of this, we've never seen the macroeconomics conditions going on that we have right now. It has been bull market, right? Because Bitcoin was started at the end, really, of the Great Recession, the real estate market crash, etc. was created after that. So it's only been up only for the rest of the world in the stock market, etc., during the lifetime of Bitcoin and crypto. This is the first time we're actually moving into a real bear market, a real recession. So I do expect this to go down, even though Bitcoin usually goes down about 85%. I think Bitcoin easily goes down 85%, maybe more. To me, that just breeds opportunity. Thank you for the follow, Lieutenant Churi. Who else gave? Thanks for sharing the video, Meta Ruffian. So that's what I got. That's what I got. The lifetime chart of Bitcoin. This is the most important thing to pay attention to over the weekend. On Friday, if you were on the live stream with me, I actually placed a short. Check this out. I placed a short on Bitcoin. I did a 10x leverage short on Bitcoin USDT pair. Currently, I'm up almost $23,000. So not too bad, not too shabby. If you want to learn how to make money when the prices of things go down, click the link in my TikTok bio, or if you watch on YouTube, link in description. Click that link, it'll take you over here. Take this masterclass right here, how I get free Bitcoin and Ethereum when the price goes down. But that's that. And let's move into the regular Bitcoin chart that isn't the lifetime one. That's one that's more abbreviated, more. Do I have a Discord? Good question. Yes, I do. Again, if you go to the resource, because this is my resources page here, right? Click the link in the TikTok bio, take you to my resources page. Scroll down a bit. Here's the link for the Discord. I highly encourage you to check out these links, okay? Lots of good stuff here. As a matter of fact, if you're in the United States, you're not using Voyager, you're just loco. Because right now they're doing a special offer where they'll give you $50 in free Bitcoin if you buy $100 of crypto on their exchange. And there's no fees when you buy and sell on Voyager. And it's a publicly traded company, and you get interest on your crypto, right? So I get 9% interest on my USDC coin. I get 4.5% on my Ethereum. I get like 3.5% on my Bitcoin, and then they have like up to 12% on like Polkadot. You get 10% on ApeCoin. I can't say enough good things. I'm not sponsored by them. It's just this is what I use, and this is what I promote to everybody, even though I'm not sponsored. The Rainbow goes down to... let's look at that real quick. Again, we didn't really get to the high that we thought we would, right? We thought we'd get to I thought we'd get to at least 100,000, 128,000. That would have been up here. That would have made sense. So normally we probably wouldn't have had as big of a drop, but I think because of the greater macroeconomic things going on, such as stock market plummeting, interest rates rising, inflation up the butt, bond yields going down, all kinds of stuff like that. I think we can go lower than we would in normal times because this is so nasty of a macro environment. To me, that excites me. So I also, over the weekend, yes, I placed this Bitcoin trade, right? I did 10x leverage on a Bitcoin USDT pair, and I'm up almost 23 grand at the moment. I haven't taken any profit yet. I probably should, because I think this is probably around the bottom of this move. But if you follow me in the Discord, or if you were on my live stream, you know that I took this short on Friday, because as soon as those inflation numbers came out, people started talking about, oh my goodness, will the Fed do a 0.75%, which is 75 basis point hike? And I thought, oh, it's going to be a fearful, uncertain weekend, and that's going to drive everything down. I didn't know how much, but I knew it was going to be a bloody weekend, and boy, was it. So I took that trade, which is fantastic. Great profit as price goes down. That's what I do. If you want to learn how to do that, take my free masterclass, come deeper into my world. And then I DCA'd Ethereum as we went down. I bought Ethereum in the 1500s, the 1400s, the 1300s, the 1200s, and I'll keep buying as it goes lower, because that's what DCAing to me is all about, buying at levels. That's the way I do it. Not financial advice, just my opinion, just my strategy. Yurt says crypto should only be 5% of your portfolio, 10% max. Based on what? I mean, maybe, but it's individual to individual what you want to do. So there's no should or should not, really, in my opinion. Just joined. What's up, Andy? You think ETH will go under 1,000? I absolutely do. I've been saying that for a while. I've been saying I think Bitcoin has a good shot at getting under 10K. I think it will probably definitely get to 13,500 because of the greater macroeconomic stuff. Most people are just thinking what they want to think, seeing what they want to see, only looking at crypto. No. You need to look at the macroeconomic landscape, and it is the filthiest, not even arguable, not even debatable, by far the filthiest, nastiest macroeconomic landscape that has ever existed in the history of crypto. Because crypto's only been around 13 years. Bitcoin, Genesis block was in 2009, which was at the end of the real estate bubble into that recession. So the market has only gone up since 2009. Now it's finally going down again. There's a real correction, a real bear market, a real recession happening. So that's why in normal times, sure, maybe Bitcoin doesn't get below 20K, but oh my God, in this landscape, one of the first things that the world is going to sell is crypto, because it's the most speculative, it's the least established, it's the least mature. I'm the most bullish on it. I'm daily crypto bull, but that's the reality of it, right? And that's fine. It's not like, oh no, people need to like crypto. Like, no, look at reality. It's the first thing people are going to sell. Right, it is. And then stocks and equities. And then after that, it's kind of whatever. Everything's going down. The Fed's raising interest rates, so that pushes down the value of all assets. Stock, crypto, you watch. Real estate's coming down too. Real estate's already starting to show signs of weakness, no doubt about it. Way less mortgage applications, more houses on the market. Houses are staying on the market for longer. We're even seeing price reductions. So you watch. In the next 6 to 18 months is going to be a fantastic time to get involved in real estate, but not right now. If you were thinking about selling a property, my opinion, sell that fucker. Sell it. If you were ever thinking about selling it, and we are past the top. We are now a little bit past the top. It's now or wait years to get this kind of money again for your house. Mike, made by design, brother. Be prepared to lose money if you're in stock right now. Oh, totally, totally. But you can place shorts like I did over here, right? That's what I did. Where is it? I did that right here. I placed a short. So I profit as the price goes down. I'm getting paid cash, USDT, as the price of Bitcoin goes down. Right now I'm up about 23,500 right here. And that's cash, baby. Mike says sell it as soon as possible because you're going to be bad. Well, you know, to each their own. I sold all my altcoins a couple months ago. If you guys have been following me for a while, you know that's what I did. I told you that's what I'm doing because I announced 2-3 months ago that I'm like, listen guys, we're in a real bear market because of the macroeconomic landscape. When everyone's so just looking at crypto, it's like, no. You need to look at the world, but that's hard to look at because that takes experience, that takes time, that takes education, that takes understanding, and most people aren't willing to do that, right? We stare at our total shitcoin crypto project and go, oh, to the moon, and it's like, oh no, you're so biased, of course you're going to get screwed. Thanks for the follow, Aquatic and Johnny. Should we invest in gold and silver instead of crypto? I'm not here to give financial advice. I wouldn't. Here's what I will say. GGK on YouTube over here says congrats on that fat short. Thank you, GGK. I feel pretty good about it. I also did an Ethereum short that was an inverse perpetual, so my profits, as the price of Ethereum is going down, I'm getting paid profit in Ethereum. So I'm getting a bunch of Ethereum for free. Again, if you want to learn how to do that, click the link in my TikTok bio or in the YouTube description, wherever you're watching. That will take you to my resources page, and which is right here. Take this class. It's free. Took me months to make this thing. Took me years to gather the knowledge. I gave it to you for free. Check it out. But to go back to what I was saying is, I forgot what I was saying. Damn it, I forgot what I was saying. You need to look at the macroeconomics. No doubt about it, okay? Stay on this stream with me. Ask me questions because right now you need to understand what's going on, and I can give you some pretty good understanding of what is going on. Now, of facts. Stay on this stream. Hit that like button. Hit the follow if you haven't yet. Be sure to follow me on Twitter. Daily Crypto Bull across all the socials. Daily Crypto Bull on Twitter. Go follow me there. On Voyager, but Ledger may be safer way. Ledger's always the safest. Ledger's always the safest because you actually have your keys. But you can't really get interest on that, so it's a give and a take. Benjamin, Earl John, thanks for the follows. You have 10. Mad Dad says, have 10 Bitcoin. Should I sell today and let this cool off? Mad Dad, I can't tell you what to do, man. But things have cooled off quite a bit. If anything, I would expect a bounce. But I'd implore you, I kind of beg you, look out further, right? Where do you think Bitcoin's going to be in April 2025? Do you understand the Bitcoin halving event? Put a 1 in the chat if you don't know what the Bitcoin halving is. It's the most important event in all of crypto, and it's the most important thing to know. The Bitcoin halving. Put a 1 in the chat if you don't know what it is, and I'll explain it to you and why it's so goddamn important. And everything in crypto and every decision I make revolves around the Bitcoin halving. I see a lot of 1s coming in. Now this is the first thing every single person in crypto should know is the Bitcoin halving. Most people don't. That's fine. The fact that you're here right now without even knowing the Bitcoin halving, because after I tell you about the Bitcoin halving, it's going to make things a lot more clear for you, give you a lot more clarity. But the fact that you're here right now, congratulations, because you're going to make it. As long as you stay here, you're going to make it. 95% of people leave every single time. These are repeatable patterns. Let me show you again. Let me show you something again, and I'll explain the halving. Look. This is the lifetime chart of Bitcoin, which it only goes up, right? It goes up big time, down big time, up big time, down big time, up big time, down, up, and now we're in a down big time phase, except for this time we are in a nasty macroeconomic environment, which we've never been in before. These blue lines are Bitcoin halvings. Look what happens to price after this blue line. Boom. What about this blue line? Boom. What about this blue line? Boom. Oh, there's a blue line in the future? Yep. March, April 2024. So let me explain the Bitcoin halving to you. A lot of 1s came in. The Bitcoin halving is when the amount of Bitcoin that can be mined per day gets cut in half, hence halving. So it creates an overnight supply shock. And look what happens to price every single time. Basic supply and demand dynamics. Plus, the adoption of Bitcoin is going which way? Ever since it was created, up and to the right. The adoption, so that's demand, right? Demand, sure, moves in waves, but overall it goes up and to the right. So does price. But the supply, the new daily supply, keeps going down and down and down as more and more people hold Bitcoin, which has literally been what that also goes up and to the right. More and more people hold. There's less and less available, more and more demand, less and less getting mined every day. Price go up. Like, you just need to plan that. March, April 2024 is the next halving. So everything I buy right now, hear this, hear me. This is the most important thing. Don't pay attention to a bunch of other crap. Hear me right now. April 2025. Why is that an important date? Well, the halving is in March, April 2024. So about a year after that will probably be about the top of the bull market, because that's the way it's always been, and that makes a lot of sense. So everything I buy right now, every decision I make right now and leading up to the halving is based on April 2025. Why? Because that's when I'm going to sell shit. I'm not selling anything. I'm only accumulating at levels, DCA, with the end sell date of April 2025. I'm thinking out. How many people are thinking out that far? Tell you what, if you can think out that far, you're ahead of 99.9% of the pack. That's what I want to be. I hope this makes sense. Give me a bunch of likes, because we're at 500 likes with 161 people on here. Throw those likes into this sucker right now if you dug what I just said. Lillian Tendon, thanks for the follow. Hi, says 5Zuplo. What's up, buddy? Hi, after this dip, does Ethereum can affect loss of equity? Does ETH can affect? I re-ask that because I'm not understand what you're saying. What altcoins do you think will make it? The number one altcoin, because I don't consider Ethereum an altcoin, the number one altcoin I'm accumulating is Gala. Again, not the most common thing you're going to hear, right? If you follow me, I'm not saying, listen, I'm the best. I'm saying you're going to hear some different stuff, but I'm going to have all the explanation and reason behind it, facts, logic, not just feelings. I mean, I'll have feelings. I'm human. Lillian, thanks for the rose. Thanks for the follow, Sparrow and Chet, and thanks for all the roses coming in, Ray K. Hi, what did you just say? Joined. This video, this stream, will be published on YouTube. It's also live on YouTube right now. When we're done, it will be there. You can go back and watch this stream on YouTube. Daily Crypto Bull on YouTube. Again, click the link in my TikTok bio. It's not here, but if you click in your phone, it'll be here. Click that link. It'll take you to this page. There is the YouTube button right there. Also, if you go to my profile here, there should just be a play button to click. I don't know why it doesn't show it on my desktop. And if you're in America, use Voyager for the love of God. Go get yourself $50 of free Bitcoin. Voyager will give you, it's only available for American people, Voyager is, but you'll get $50 of free Bitcoin. Like, you can go buy $100 of Bitcoin, $100 of Ethereum, $100 of Cardano, whatever, and they'll give you $50 of free Bitcoin. Plus, you get interest on your crypto, right? I'm getting 9% interest on my USDC coin, so I'm getting 9% interest on my cash. I'm getting 4.5% interest on my Ethereum, 3.5% on my Bitcoin. They're giving 12% interest on Polkadot, 10% interest on ApeCoin, right? There's interest on all kinds of cryptos. Just use this button and or this code to get your $50 of free Bitcoin when you buy $100 of crypto on there. I'm not sponsored by them. I just love them, and it's who I use, and so I always want to tell people about it because no one talks about Voyager, and I don't know why. Let me see some other comments here. Thoughts on Sol and Dot. I like Sol and Dot. Just right now, I think everything's going a lot lower because of the macroeconomic factors. Nothing with crypto. It's just that the macroeconomic landscape is filthy. It is nasty. It is polluted, and it has to get purified. And that's what's happening. And so I expect everything, stocks, crypto, housing market, to come down a lot more. So I'm DCing into Ethereum and Gala and Bitcoin. And that's really about it. because I'm so heavy on blockchain gaming. I believe in blockchain gaming. So it's not just believing it, it's so obvious. It's so obvious that blockchain gaming is a mega elephant in the room that no one's noticing. I shouldn't say no one, but very few people are noticing globally. Even in crypto. Thanks for the follow, A-Bugs. Cardano, good or bad? Cardano, when I think we hit the bottom of the market, that's when I'll buy some other altcoins. Cardano is on my list because I do like what they're doing, but I'm not buying it right now. I'm not making major buys because, again, I think everything's going to go lower. I DCA'd Ethereum over the weekend. I bought a little Ape because I've been saying forever, when Ape gets under $5, I'll buy some Ape. If Ape never gets under $5, then I'm not buying Ape. Finally, it got under $5, so I bought some. I bought some in the 4s and I bought some in the 3s, but it's not the highest on my list. I bought a good amount of Gala in the 5 cents, 6 cents range because what Gala is doing is mind-blowing, and I'm so heavy on blockchain gaming. I'm not a gamer. You don't have to be. When people talk about the metaverse, it's blockchain gaming. That's what the metaverse is, and no one's doing it better than Gala. No one's doing it even as close to as good as Gala. Oh boy. Best exchange to buy crypto, ask Zampa. If you're in the United States, my favorite exchange is Voyager. Because again, Voyager, check this out. If you click the link in my TikTok bio, it'll take you to the resources page. Click this link, that'll take you to Voyager, and use this referral code, and you'll get $50 in free Bitcoin. It's my favorite because look at this. I don't know why it says this because I'm getting 4.5% on my Ethereum and maybe 3.25 on my Bitcoin. But look at this, 9% on USDC coin. 9%, dude. 9%. USDC is the actual most stable, most preferred stable coin there is. And for your first 25,000, and then you get 7% on up to 100,000 from that next 75,000, everything above 100,000 you get 6%. Do you understand how fucking amazing that is in this current landscape? In any landscape, but this one in particular, unbelievable. And you get, they got to update their numbers because it's 10% on Ape. Maybe I refresh this and it makes them the correct numbers. Where are we? They haven't updated it because we're getting 12% on DOT, 10% on Ape. I don't know why they haven't updated this yet. Anyways, that's where I buy, to answer your question. And that's where I have most of my stuff. I don't have cash in the bank. I put it into USDC coin on Voyager and get 6 to 9%. When I cash out of this short over here, this Bitcoin USDT short, which I'm up 24,000 now. There we go. I'm up 24,000 because the price went down. I'm up 24,000. I will take some of this and put it into Voyager and get my 6 to 9%. Well, we're in the 6% now because of where I'm at in my balance. Yeah. I got a lot of questions. Dot dropped 10. Maybe Dot did drop to 10. That's still pretty goddamn good, right? But I'm not buying any of that stuff right now. Very dodgy, not even updated it. Tom, it's a publicly traded company. It's on the New York Stock Exchange. It is legit as Coinbase. But you do you. You go ahead and you do whatever you want. Anyone ask about Radix? Ace, you just love Radix, man. I don't know enough about Radix. I'll pay more attention to it when I think we've hit the bottom, I think. I like DOT though. I do. I'm not buying it. You should join Neo Tokyo. We are all about blockchain gaming. I love Neo Tokyo. I hope Neo Tokyo Genesis comes way down, then I'll get in. I want to. Neo Tokyo, because I love Elliot Trades. Elliot, what's his last name? Schwartzman or something like that. I love him. And he's Neo Tokyo and Imposters. I think Imposters is what I'll get in first because that's an actual game. But I would love to be in Neo Tokyo. I would very much love it, but I'm not investing that kind of money yet into that. Gala for gaming, absolutely. Gala is a number one thing that I buy because I've been saying that. I officially announced that last week. I said, you know what? People are like, what are your top 5? What are your top 10? I get asked all the time. I'm like, well, Ethereum, Bitcoin, and then I always say XRP. And I thought, you know what? When it comes down to it, what am I actually buying? Gala. I'm buying Ethereum, Bitcoin, and Gala. That's what I'm mainly buying. I'm not even buying XRP yet, although XRP is still a top 5 for me. I'm just going to wait till everything goes lower before I start buying XRP. They have that damn lawsuit, stuff like that. Over on YouTube, GGK says, sorry, off topic, I'm not sure. We want Airbnb, our home near Six Flags. Otherwise, places are going for $500 a night, and then I'll buy land to do-it-yourself build. I'm very big on Airbnbs, but right now with real estate, I think it's going to go lower. And so I'm just waiting. Like in the next 6 to 18 months, I think in the next 12 to 18 months is going to be a phenomenal real estate buying opportunity. If you've been considering selling a home, if it were me, I would sell the shit out of it. Or, maybe even better, get an equity loan on your equity and let that cash sit. Because you can put it on Voyager and you'll get, at least 6%, which is probably about what you'll get. So you'll probably break even there in terms of your actual interest on your loan. Because if you sell your place, you got to pay taxes. If you get a loan on it, you don't pay taxes. You actually get to write it off. Check out Reflex Finance. Probably not Dave Wilsey. I'm not checking out anything like that right now. It's just too nasty to pay attention to stuff like that. Can you highlight more about ETH recent issue? There wasn't a recent issue with ETH. It was Lido and staked ETH, which is ST ETH, staked ETH, is pegged to Ethereum. That's another reason Ethereum went down, because a bunch of confusion. Like that's staked ETH, ST ETH is actual token given out by Lido. It has nothing to do with Ethereum. It's just something that's pegged to it, right? It's like saying UST, right? Depegged from the dollar. Does that actually have anything to do with the dollar? Should that affect the price of the dollar? No, and it didn't. People are confused about ST ETH and ETH. ST ETH has nothing to do, shouldn't have anything to do with the function or anything to do with Ethereum. The only reason Ethereum took an extra hit there was because of the confusion in the market. Do you hold Bitcoin and ETH on Voyager? Yes, I do, because I get interest. I get 4.5% on my Ethereum, and I think 3.25, 3.5 on my Bitcoin. But mostly I'm in cash. In USDC coin, because I get 9%. Well, 6 to 9. 9% on the first 25,000, 7% on the next 75,000, and then 6% on everything above 100,000. Any thoughts about MITX? I don't know much about MITX. Could you guys do me a favor, by the way? Please follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter, right? Because here's why. Here's how it benefits you. First of all, I post good stuff on Twitter. Click the link in my TikTok bio, and then click my my Twitter right here, okay? Here's the reason. Please follow me on Twitter. Reason being is because, sure, I got 126,000 of you wonderful people on TikTok. But on Twitter, I have like 400 because I just haven't put much into it. What I've realized is I need to grow that. Why? So that I can reach out to people on Twitter and get them to come as guests on this show. Because it's hard to reach out to someone when you have 400 and they don't really respond. They don't understand that they could come on a show that actually speak to a lot of people. So please, I need to grow my Twitter following so that I can get more guests on this show. I'm talking, I want to get some A-level guests. Plus, I can get more resources for you guys. So please follow me on Twitter. I'm Daily Crypto Bull on Twitter, but I showed you how to get over there. Just click the link in the TikTok bio. It'll take you to the resources page. Just click this little button here, okay? Please. It's for the benefit of all of us. RNJ, thank you for the follow, Dave Wilsey and Nanbi. Let's see. Do I have to have a certain amount to get the interest? You do on Voyager. On Bitcoin, you need 0.01. On Ethereum, you need 0.5. For USDC, you need to have a minimum of $100 for USDC. If you can put I would hope to God you could put in at least $100 of USDC. Because right now, that's the biggest move. Getting that 9% on that first 25,000, 7% on the next 75, 6% on all of it above 100,000. So are you trading, holding, and buying on Voyager? I don't trade on Voyager. You don't trade on Voyager. I buy and sell, but I'm mostly holding and buying. I'm not really selling on Voyager because I'm not really selling. Right now is about accumulation to me. I'm trading on Bybit. So here's Bybit. So that's where I have this big old trade going on. The short, there's a link. If you go to the link if you go to my resources page here, here's a link for Bybit. Use that, you'll get 3.5% deposit bonus if you use this. That's where I'm doing these trades. And if you want to learn my strategies for that, take the masterclass. This is how I show you how to actually trade and make money, make profit when the price goes down in things. Is your coinage on Voyager insured? It is not. It is not. But it isn't anywhere. Your coinage isn't insured anywhere. They do have FDIC insurance for your USD, but no one who's sitting in USD on Voyager, really, right? Because you want to turn it into USDC. I want to make that clear. No one offers insurance for your coinage in their custody. Not Coinbase, nobody. Why Bybit and not the others? I'm used to using Bybit and I like them, so why change? 5 Zoopla says, please give him support. I recommend to join in Twitter. Thank you, Zoopla. Yes, go follow me on Twitter. Plus, I post good things on there. But in reality, the biggest thing is I can help you guys more by getting great guests on this show. And I have had good guests, but I'd like to have more guests, especially in times like this, for educational purposes. And Twitter's the best place to reach out to people. They'll respond to me more if I have more followers on Twitter. So yes, go follow me on Twitter. Let me go back. Do we have more questions in here? Let's see. Let's go look at the Ethereum chart. Let's look at the Ethereum chart. So here's the Bitcoin chart. Do I have? This is the Bitcoin. Oh, see, and look at this. This blue line right here. This is a very important thing. Look at this. A Bug's Life says thoughts on sand. Sand is actually certainly in my top 10 that I plan on DCAing. I've bought a little bit of it, because again, I go back to the blockchain gaming. It is just, that's my hypothesis, my thesis. Ethereum, Bitcoin, and blockchain gaming are my main things. And I'm not a gamer, so if that tells you anything, it's just the facts just stare at me. So this blue line right here, if you can see it, this is the 200-week moving average. This is something you will be hearing a lot more about. If you were in my Discord, I mentioned that a day or two ago, saying, last night, it was last night, because we got down here in this golden pocket, and I'm like, shit, if this thing drops, watch for it to hit the 200-week moving average, and that's exactly what it came down to. So did Ethereum. And now in my Discord, I mainly focus on Ethereum more than Bitcoin. Again, it came down almost perfectly to this 200-week moving average. These aren't accidents, you know what I mean? These aren't accidents, because we came down here to the, we were here, but then we were in the 1300, and I said, hey, watch out, next one down, 200 weekly moving average, and that's exactly where we went. Kevin Billow, I think he said April 2024. That's when the next Bitcoin halving is. Yes, March, April 2024, somewhere in there. Let's see. A Bug says I recently got into blockchain gaming. A good question you could have for me is, what blockchain games am I most into? Ben, thanks for the follow. Put a 1 in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat. I want to know. Put a 1 in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat if you have went and followed me on. If you follow me on Twitter, Daily Crypto Bull. If you follow me on Twitter, put a 1 in the chat. I want to see who from this stream has went over and followed me on Twitter, because I need to grow that number so I can get you fantastic guests on this show. I've had good guests on the show, but I'd like to get more and more and more. I see a lot of ones coming in. You guys are awesome. Seriously appreciate it. And it comes back because, again, I'm using that to get more people to respond to me on Twitter, because there's a lot of people I'd like to have on here, but some of them have hundreds or thousands of followers, and so they're not responding to me with 400. But they don't understand that, Daily Crypto Bull community is actually hundreds of thousands of people. It's just on Twitter, it's not very big. Why? I don't know. I mean, I haven't made it a major focus to grow it, but I do post good content and information and thoughts on there. Definitely follow on the Discord. What happens if it blows the 200? That's a good question. What happens if it blows? What blockchain games you bullish on? We'll get to that in a second. Thank you, Zampa. Thank you, Marco, thank you, NFTs Promotion, and many others for following me on Twitter. I'm gonna need to go make a Twitter, says Bugs Life. You got to be on Twitter, because that's where that's the news feed. That's where all the information is. Well, a lot of information. I'm officially old and don't understand Twitter, says Miley. It's really simple. It's the simplest for any age group, because it's just text. right? People just send out thoughts and data. That's it. It's like the online newspaper sort of forum. It's like the town square, right? It's actually the most simple for anyone to be there. Thank you for the rose of Bug's Life. It says I have 341 followers. We got to get that sucker up. We got to get that sucker up over 1,000, easy. And then we'll keep growing it, because the bigger that gets, the more people will respond to me, and I'll get them on this show to do interviews. So if the next cycle is similar, the lowest lows should be mid 2023-ish. Kevin, again, it's hard to say, because we've never seen the macroeconomic landscape in the 13 years of Bitcoin and crypto. We've never seen a nasty down bear recession market. So I don't know. I think the bottoms will be lower than they would be in normal times, right? And how much longer will the bear market last? Could certainly last longer than usual. Usually the bear market's usually about a year till we hit the bottom. Thank you for all the likes coming in. We're at 5,000 likes. So games, someone asked the games that I'm most bullish on. I really like Big Time. Because this is a AAA studio game. I really like Big Time. I did buy an early access Silver Pass, and I went in there and got some NFTs. I'm not going to log in while I'm on a live stream. I do have but let's go to the marketplace real quick, and these are like NFTs, open the market. All this type of stuff. There's different grades, rare. I did get one of these, an Armory mystery box. I did get one of these while I was playing, while my brother was playing for me. He's better at gaming than I am. So I really like Big Time, and I really like Mirandus. Mirandus is a game made by Gala. It's pretty wild. Mirandus, you can like own businesses within Mirandus. You can own a weapon shop, a bakery, a tavern. Of course, they have their own coin in there, Materium, which you actually use in the game to do magic and all that stuff. Just my two biggest focuses are Big Time and Mirandus, and then probably Imposters, which is made by Elliot of Leo Trades. Same guy that makes Neo Tokyo. Him and Alex Becker make that. I've been following Becker for years, but he hasn't always been a crypto guy. He just became a crypto guy like within the last year and a half. He's been an online business and marketing guy. And that's why I followed him for years. I like him. I think he's funny. I don't think he's necessarily a crypto expert, but he's gotten a lot more knowledgeable. But he was like new in 2021. That's what I'm like this is like his first crypto cycle. He makes it sound. I don't want to talk shit, but Elliot's been around. Elliot knows his shit. You should check out some other of the AI NFTs. What PJ Fan? And I'm saying right now, be more skeptical than you've ever been of anything. That's what I'm saying. Like, now is not the time to speculate on shit. This is when the winners happen, is in these bear markets. And this is a really nasty one. Earl Johnson over here on YouTube. Sorry that I didn't get to you sooner. Thoughts on the Cronus chain? I don't know about the chain, but I like Crypto.com and FTX and Voyager. Voyager's the one I use the most, but they all do different things and work differently. Only time I've seen it pop was with huge burns with the Cronus chain, is what Earl says. That makes sense. Lower supply, shoots up price. Ben Cowan is the man. I like Ben. I really do like Ben. I like his analysis. He's not always right. Who is? He was way too slow to give up his extended cycles thing and acknowledge that we're in a bear market. He was way too slow. I was saying we were in a bear market a good month and a half before he finally admitted it. I was like, but that's human. We all do it. We have our biases. But I like Ben. I absolutely like Ben. Ben Cowan has thin skin, banned for nothing. Was Ben into the cryptoverse banned? Or did you say something and he banned you? Is that what you're saying, Ace? Open Chain says, do the fundamentals really change though? Fundamentals of what? Ethereum and Bitcoin, no. Many things, no, but a lot they didn't have solid fundamentals. Price has nothing to do with fundamentals. of anything. Not what I mean. I mean that you can't say, look at the price, oh, that's worth a bunch, so its fundamentals must be great. Or its price is really low, so its fundamentals must suck. Like, that's not a correlation. Can you talk about going below 200? What could happen? Oh, the 200-week moving average. Yeah, let's talk about that. Let's look at that. That's a good point. Let's look at that. Everyone stay on here. This is an important thing we're going to look at. Be sure to hit the follow if you haven't yet. Click the link in the TikTok bio to go over to the resources page. If you're in America, for the love of God, sign up for a Voyager account, because this is a very limited time promo they're doing. They could not be offering this tomorrow, so go get it done. You go on here, you go buy $100 of Bitcoin or Ethereum or something, and hell, you go buy $100 of USDC coin, right, which is a stable coin always worth $1, and they'll give you $50 of free Bitcoin, plus you're getting interest on your crypto, right? You're getting 9% on your USDC coin. If nothing else, for the love of God, go get 9% on your cash. So let's go back here and look at the 200. We'll look at the Ethereum, because Ethereum is what I mostly look at. Let's see here. I know there's other questions in here. I'm out here looking at the screen now. So what would be below that? Good question. Wowzer, good question. You know what? What we're gonna have to do, this is Lever Atlas down here. This is my trading indicator. This is one of the most important things I use to know when to get into trades. It is my own thing I make myself, but you can get access to it. It is a paid product, but that's over here too. Lever Atlas, right here, you can get a free trial of it. But let's zoom out. I'm gonna get rid of Lever Atlas though real quick, because we're just gonna be looking at Fibonacci's. We'll go to weekly, bring this down. Let's see here. So bring that down, zoom it out. But let's go to a clean chart. So the 200-day is about, I'm gonna call it 1189. We're gonna go to Ethereum on a different one. We'll go to Bitstamp. How about that? Nope. We'll go to Ethereum on Bitfinex. How about that? God, I have stuff drawn everywhere. Okay, nonetheless, we can see this. So what I think, where does it go back to? It only goes back to Jan 2017. You know what? Let's do that. Let's draw that. Check this out. We're gonna draw a Fibonacci box. Fibonacci retrace. We're gonna draw it from all the way down here. What you do is you want to click at the bottom, and then you draw it all the way up to the top. Right there. So it looks like we have another level at about 1,000, call it 1,050. So if it breaks the 200, which is around 1189, looks to me like the next level down is probably about 1,050. And then after that, I don't know. Like, then we got to go back to here, because we've already dropped below the previous all-time high in the last cycle. And so then I think maybe we drop down to 844. And then maybe, Jesus Christ, look at this, 500. I think ultimately, look at this trend line here. I think ultimately Ethereum can end up somewhere in the $400 or $500 range by the time it hits what would be a bottom, like right here. I'm going to say 480. I'm going to say 480 is the potential bottom of Ethereum. I don't see it going lower than that, but I think Ethereum has a very solid shot at ultimately hitting about 480, just under 500. I think right here. Why am I looking at that? Because of this obviously high volume, high support resistance zone right here, going all the way back to here. What would that be? September 2020. I think that's probably, plus we see it back here, we see it right here. I think this line right here, maybe even 400. So somewhere between 400 and 500, I think, is the bottom of Ethereum. You heard it here. You heard me say it. You heard me say it. Who else is saying that? Who else is saying that? I was telling you it was a bear market before anybody else, before mostly anybody else. I was telling you shit's going to go lower, sell your alts. I did that a couple months ago I still haven't really heard anyone say that. Now I don't know. Now I'm not going to say sell your alts, although I think things are going a lot lower. Deggy, what's going on, man? Wow, so I should wait to buy later. Now, NFTs promotion. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but I also want you to understand this. Check this out. That's a good question. You're saying, wow, so should I wait to buy later? Maybe, maybe not. Look at this, the lifetime chart of Bitcoin, right? Went up here to $30, down to $2. Went up here to 1280, went down here to $166. Went up here to 20,000, went down to 3,200. Now we're up here. Now, if I had bought back here at 6,200, did I know it was going to drop more? No. But if I bought at 6,200, Would I be happy over here? Oh, 100%. I would have been a 10x. So we know that the high's been 69,000, right? And right now you can buy Bitcoin at what, 23,000? Like, here's the next Bitcoin halving. Will it go lower? I think so. But is that guaranteed? Nothing's guaranteed. So right now, I'm not going to miss out because everything I buy is based on April 2025, right here. Because I think about right here will be the top of the next bull cycle. Look what happens after these blue lines. Boom, right? What's the date of this? November 2012, and here's the top. December 2013, about a year later. Look at this one. July 2016, here's the top. December 2017, about a year and a half later. Here's this halving, May 2020, and here's the top. November 21, right? So about a year and a half later, but this is a year later right here. And so I think that about a year later is when I'll be looking to sell, and I think that we'll roughly be at probably about 120 to 150K, and I will be looking to sell, and Ethereum will be its equivalent, but we have the Ethereum merge going on too. Stay on here. If you're zoning out, stay with me because I'm saying such important things. I really am. I spend so much time studying this and looking into it that what I'm saying to you, it's not just coming out of my butt, not even remotely close. I put so much thought and research and effort into this, and I continue to. So because of the Ethereum merge, right, if the Bitcoin halving, which is those blue lines where the amount of Bitcoin that can be mined per day gets cut in half, 50%, 50%, and that's what it does to price, what's it going to do when Ethereum's daily new supply is cut by 90%? So right now we're mining, because Bitcoin, Ethereum, you can mine it, but then we're going to move to proof of stake, so there's no more mining. It's just validating as rewards. Don't worry about any of that. But right now, there's about 13,000 new Ethereum a day. When the merge happens, which will probably be, honestly, in the next 2-3 months, it's going to go from 13,000 new Ethereum a day to 1,300. Couple that with EIP 1559, which means Ethereum from every transaction gets burned. So in reality, sure, we're getting 1,300 new Ethereum a day, but how many are getting burned a day? Probably more than 1,300. So that makes puts ETH into what I've been calling a purification state, right? Because we have currency debasement, which is like the muddying up, the poisoning, the diluting, the ickiness, getting it dirtying up currency. But when you're going the other way, because debasement is when you make more and more supply and supply keeps going up, which is not the same as inflation. Debasement and inflation are not the same thing. So, but what's the opposite of debasement? There's not really a word for that I could find other than purification. So I think Ethereum is going to move into a purification state, not think. That's exactly what it's going to do, meaning that the supply today is less than how many were the day before and the day before that. So every day there's going to be less and less Ethereum instead of more and more currency. So what's that going to do to Ethereum's price in April 2025? I think Ethereum can be 20 grand plus. Easy. So when I'm sitting here buying in the thousands, 1,200, 1,300, I don't care if it's going lower. I think it will, but I'm like, yeah, this is a fantastic investment in my opinion. Right now, if I look out 3 years, like this is like, I'm going to like 10, 20x my money at these prices. And if it goes lower, I'm going to keep buying. Long answer, but I hope that makes sense. I hope that's helpful for you. Thank you for the popcorn and the rose, Nesitas. Yeah, the merge is delayed by 2 months. Who said that? No, we're Mr. Bad Boy. I have not heard that. That's fine. I'm totally fine with that. But where did you hear that? Where it's delayed 2 months? And by 2 months, what kind of date do you put on the merge then? Because I haven't heard that. I would like to hear it. Jack, thanks for the follow. Albeck says, I'm so glad I'm stacking ETH. I'm smiling ear to ear hearing this stream. I'm glad. I subscribe to the same strategy as you, obviously. Stack ETH, man. That's what I do. That's the main thing I focus on. Because to me, it's the best risk-reward ratio of everything. I read it somewhere yesterday. Can't remember where. Thank you for all the hearts flying in, by the way. We're about to hit 8,000 likes. Vitamin. Vitalik. Where did he say? I'm going to look that up real quick. I'm gonna Google Ethereum merge delay. You got to be careful where you're hearing stuff. Ethereum merge delayed. Maybe it is. And that's fine by me. Ethereum developers will likely delay the difficulty bomb. So the difficulty bomb, but say the merge timeline is unchanged. So the difficulty bomb and the merge are together, but they're two different things. Difficulty bomb delayed, difficulty bomb delayed. Yeah. Worries about inflation. Core devs delay crucial difficulty bomb, which they call the, I think TTD is their kind of initial for it. So it looks like the difficulty bomb is delayed, but not necessarily the merge. And hear me out on this. I want the merge to get delayed. I don't want the merge to happen in the nastiest macroeconomic environment we've ever seen. I want the merge to get delayed, right? Because I'm sitting here, I'm like, I would like the merge to actually happen at the end of the year. I want the merge to get delayed till the end of the year, but I don't know if it will. I also think ETH will go lower. And the difficulty bomb, that's where they make it so you can't mine it anymore, basically. Because the difficulty bomb is, because when you mine and as hash rate comes in, difficulty goes up to mine, they're going to make it infinite so that you literally can't mine it anymore. It's an infinite difficulty. That's the bomb. And so you have to move to proof of stake. Mike over here on YouTube says, my crypto crashed. I'm broke. Ugh. Mike, I'm not sure what your situation is or was, but we've been in a bear market for a while, and to think that like it's going to go up, I'm gonna be straight with you, very naive, very, very blind, and just use this. And it happens to all of us. You may be broke, but you're not done. You're not going to the poorhouse. You're not done for the rest of your life. You just use this as, count it to paying for education. You really learned something here. It happens to all of us. Thoughts on ETH 2025? That is probably when I'll be looking to sell my crypto. We're over 10,000 likes. By the way, anyone that's just tuned in, please follow me on Twitter. Why follow me on Twitter? Because I need to grow my following on there so that I can get people to respond to me. Right? I want to get more guests on this show for you, and the best place for me to reach them is on Twitter. But if I don't have many followers, they won't respond to me. So go ahead. I have like 350 maybe followers. Please go follow me on Twitter so I can get you better guests on the show. I've had good guests on this show for sure, but I want to get more and more and more and more. I think that would be very, very helpful. And you'll be able to interact with them and ask them questions. But in order to do that, I need my Twitter following to grow. Daily Crypto Bull on Twitter. Sure, we got 126 of you wonderful people, 126,000 of you wonderful people here on TikTok, but Twitter's not as big, and I need to grow that to get people on here. So please go follow me on Twitter. Plus, I post good content on there that you're not going to really see anywhere else, and definitely go join the Discord too. Do you think we'll top all-time highs next bull run 2025? 100% I do. Not financial advice, my opinion. App's a monster. Big time, absolutely, especially for Ethereum. Peak ETH 2025, Javi. I mean, no one knows, but I think ETH minimum will hit 10K. I think it has a good possibility of hitting 20K plus. I'm not just pulling that out of my butt. That's based on supply and demand and adoption curves. An assumption that the merge will be done by then, which I don't. There's just no way the merge isn't completed by then, which creates a supply and demand dynamic that will massively affect the price. OpenChain, done. Thank you, OpenChain. I'm assuming you mean follow me on Twitter. I appreciate that. Kim Lee, thanks for the rose. Who's in America? If you live in America, please, for the love of God, click the link in my TikTok bio. It'll take you to my resource page. Please get yourself a Voyager account. This is a publicly traded company. This has security levels to the height of Coinbase and reputation to the height of Coinbase. If you use this link, you'll get $50 in free Bitcoin when you buy $100 of crypto on their platform. You could just go buy USDC, right? USDC is a stable coin. Always worth $1. It's the best stable coin in my opinion and many others' opinion. And you get interest on your crypto without having to lock it up or stake it. I'm not sponsored. I sound like I am, but I'm not. Just for the love of God, please go do this. Get 9% on your damn cash. Get cash out of, my opinion, not financial advice, in my opinion, get cash out of your bank and put it in here into USDC and get you 9% on the first 25,000. And here's the chart. Everything over 100,000, you get 6%. In this current environment we're in, it's insane. You get interest on your Bitcoin, interest on your Ethereum, interest on all kinds of stuff. ApeCoin, Kava, DOT, all kinds of stuff. Use this link and or this code to get your $50 free Bitcoin. This is a very limited time offer they have. They may be ending this tomorrow. Go get your free Bitcoin and get interest on your crypto. I have almost all my cash. I have it sitting in USDC on Voyager because I'm getting 6 to 9%. 9% on the first 25,000, 7% on the next 75,000, and 6% on everything over 100,000. Especially in this environment, that is insanely awesome. Because cash is king right now. Everything's going down in value, so I just let my cash grow and I wait and I buy little bits as it goes down more and more and more. And then when I think we've hit a bottom, I'm going to go full bore. Think the markets will bounce tomorrow? I don't know. If the market starts to feel some certainty, sure. But the Fed meeting is on Wednesday. And I don't see much upward motion until after that. If the Fed comes out and says 0.5, maybe we see a bounce. If they say 0.75, I think we see a deeper drop and then maybe a bounce. And if they really got balls, they really got guts, and they come out and say, we're doing 1%, shit's going to drop. Because that's what it's supposed to do. Stywin says shill. What am I shilling? Ethereum? Well, I'm crazy. So you don't think a UST type thing could happen with USDC? I put more money there, but fear. No, because UST was an algorithmic stablecoin, which means it wasn't backed by anything. Luna, it was backed by Luna. USDC is backed by real dollar bills. Real dollar bills. Do you know who's behind USDC? You know who major investors are? BlackRock, Citadel. The powers that run the world are backing USDC. It's backed by real $1 bills. So no, it is not in any jeopardy at all. But I can only say that about USDC is the only one I could say that about. USDT, Tether, I think they're backed. They claim they are. But USDC is the only one that I feel 100% confident about. But do your research. Go read into it. Don't just take my word for it. Go to Google and go read up about it. I don't think till after Wednesday, says Joanne, getting wrecked today. Yeah, of course you're getting wrecked. If you're planning on things going up, your perception is gonna be getting wrecked. To me, I'm excited. Because I'm DCAing. Because I look out to April 2025. And in April 2025, a year after the next Bitcoin halving, all the good shit gonna be worth a lot more than it's ever been worth. The US economy collapses. Won't it still go down in value though? If the US economy collapses, you better get your guns and cans of beans. You understand? Money doesn't matter. If the US economy collapses, money doesn't matter. Crypto doesn't matter. You better have freaking and food stored up, because that's apocalypse. Deggy, cool. Yeah, have to read up on it. Just want to. That's my take, and that's what I know about it. But don't take my word for it. Go read it. Belgium, thanks for the follow, Alan. Belgium says, me too. I've been waiting for bear market DCAing all the way to 2025. Well, I'll be DCAing all the way till about 2024, because the halving will happen in early 2024, first quarter, March, April, and then I'm not buying. Then I'm not buying shit, because I will have bought everything I'm going to buy, and then I'm just going to sit back and let that sucker go up for a year, and then I'll sell it. Or if there's like massive spikes in things because of hype and FOMO, like, ooh, metaverse, like people, like, did you see when Facebook changed their name to Meta? Did you see what that did to the prices of everything metaverse? It went on a rocket. If that happens, if that happens before April 2025 on some sector I'm involved in, I'll sell it. Sell into the hype, for the love of God. Don't even, the more hyped something is, get the fuck out. I don't care, even if it's something you truly believe in, because no matter how wonderful something is, it can get way overhyped. Okay, cool. Nice way to think of it. That's my opinion. Anyways, Belgi, hope that's helpful. Thank you for the follow, Vino Maker. Oh, Dej, you meant you read it. Okay. You guys got more stuff you want to talk about? Be sure to follow me on Twitter. Daily Crypto Bull. Daily Crypto Bull across all the socials. Because I need to grow that Twitter following so that I can get access to people on Twitter. Get them to respond to my messages so I can get them to come on this show for you. So help me grow that. Gala is my number 3. Ethereum, Bitcoin, Gala. That's me. Because I am so goddamn bullish on blockchain gaming, because that's the metaverse, right? What is gaming? What is online gaming? It's people live there, but there's not a real economic component. Blockchain and NFTs bring a true economic component to already awesome games. It's just an evolution of gaming. I'm not talking about play and earn. Play and earn, or play to earn, excuse me. Adding the economic component in makes it actually metaverse, makes it an actual digital world that you live in, that you play in, that you earn in, that you interact in, that you have businesses in. Like in Mirandus, which is made by Gala, you can own a tavern. You can own a weapon shop. People come buy weapons from you, and you buy weapons from weapons manufacturers. Same thing with armor and bread and food. Like that's a metaverse. That's a digital world. And to have that, you have to have a real economy. Mirandus looks to be the one that's really, 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 really going to do it for me. That's what I think. It looks like the blockchain World of Warcraft. Bab Boaz says, think the markets will bounce tomorrow. I don't. I don't think much will happen until Wednesday. I would say downward. No one's looking to buy the shit out of anything right now until Wednesday. ADA's still good. I like ADA. It's just I'm not buying it right now. I'm going to wait till I think we really hit a bottom for a lot of things. But Ethereum, Bitcoin, Gala, a little Sand, a little Ape. I'm DCAing those, but mostly Ethereum. That 9% staking you're talking about, is that really sustainable in this market? Yeah, well, I mean, yes, I would say absolutely yes, but do your research. Go listen to some interviews with the CEO of Voyager. His name's Steve Ehrlich. I think he spelled Ehrlich. He just did an interview with Paul Barron on the Paul Barron Network on YouTube a few days ago. Go watch that. He talks all about it. But yeah, do your research. In the meantime, it's a publicly traded company. Like it's on the New York Stock Exchange. It's the other Coinbase, but better in a lot of ways, in my opinion. That's where basically all my crypto is, most of it, because it's all getting interest. And my cash. Like it's a bank. Voyager is a bank. It's a bank that revolves around crypto and blockchain. It's a bank. Like Voyager is my choice of bank. My cash and I use like US Bank. I pull money out of there immediately and I put it in Voyager as USDC. I'm opting out as much as I can of the current financial system, which includes traditional banks and USD. I'm opting out as much as I can, and Voyager is my new bank. I move, instead of say US Bank or Wells Fargo or whatever, I'm using Voyager. And instead of USD, the dollar, I'm using USDC. I'm opting out. And Voyager actually has a debit card coming out. It's already out, but they're rolling it out to more and more people, where I can just go buy things with USDC everywhere, just like I would regular USD dollars. But in the meantime, actually the card I use is this one. Let me show you. This is a Bitcoin rewards card. This one right here, this is Fold is the one I use. Not sponsored. This is what I use. I've been using it for over a year now. This is the best Bitcoin rewards card in the business, and it's a debit card, free to get. Your credit doesn't matter. There's no application. I don't know what all countries it's available in. It's definitely available in America. If you want to check that out, click the link in my TikTok bio. It'll be around here somewhere. Take you to my resources page. Here's Voyager. Fold is right here. Bitcoin rewards. I average about 2.5% back on all my purchases. And you can buy like gift cards on there. Like I'll buy an Amazon gift card. I get almost 7% back on my Amazon gift card. I get 4.5% at Home Depot, almost 3% on Chipotle, like 7% on Banana Republic. All kinds of great stuff in there. Anyways. Degimon, yeah, pay with USDC, yeah. Because it's on the card, it'll just do whatever in the payment rails to convert USDC to USD and pay the people, pay the merchants. I know, crazy, right? This is the innovation that's happening, and it's not stopping. That's where the train is going, and we're just ahead of it. Don't doubt yourself. And the fact that you're here in June 2022, when the world is financial markets are going to hell, especially crypto, and you're here, you're going to make it as long as you keep paying attention, straight up. Not playing games with you. You know what I hate? I hate everyone saying like, we all gonna make it. What wag me? That's bullshit. That's marketing. That's bullshit. We're not all gonna make it. You know who's gonna make it? The people that are here in the hard times. When your belief gets tested. When you still have to watch things you believed in burn to zero. And you still stick around. That's who's gonna make it. That's not everybody. That's not most. Crow is good too. I like Crow. I like crypto, but I mean, are they giving you? If you have a crap load of Crow staked, then you can get some pretty good interest rates. But on Voyager, you don't need to do any of that. It's way more simple. Degis has been shorting all weekend. Awesome. Holdings have doubled. Degimon, I love that, man. Jeff, that's awesome. Love that. Did you see the trade I have up on Bitcoin? I didn't really post in the Discord or on the text message list this trade, although I should have. I did post in the Discord that what I thought was going to happen on weekends, so you can read between the lines. And I did show this trade on Friday on the live stream that I posted. I got this Bitcoin going on here. It's Bitcoin USDT. I did 10x leverage, and I'm up, almost over 24 grand. I haven't taken any profit. I should take some because I think this is the bottom of this move. I don't think we have much more down to go this week anyways. But also those of you that want to come a little deeper in, join the Discord right here. Definitely join the text list. This is free. It's still free. But when we hit not too many more, I can't have it be free for very many more people. So get in here while it's still free, because after I get to certain numbers, the company I use to do this is going to charge me more money. So I'm going to have to start charging money for people to be on this list. So definitely go join that. It's free. Join the Discord. It's free. Take the masterclass. It's free. Teaches you how to get Bitcoin and Ethereum for free. Shows you how to do what I did here, right? As price went down on Bitcoin, I'm making a whole bunch of cash as the price went down. I show you how to do that. Definitely get your ass $50 free Bitcoin and get interest on your crypto. I mean, come on. Are you kidding me? What do you think about Fire? I don't know much about Fire. AMP? I don't know a whole lot about AMP. And Degimon says, thanks, learned it here, appreciate you. He's been around for a while in the Daily Crypto Bull community. Very good contributor, smart guy. What Metaverse coins are holding strong is the hint for Metaverse Bull Run 2025. When you say Metaverse, I'm more looking, what I think of Metaverse is gaming. And so the number one game that have my eye on is Mirandus, which is made by Gala. It isn't out yet. I don't think it will be officially out for maybe another year. Maybe a little less, but they know they're spending the time to get it right, and they have tremendous talent behind it. Pick Your Crystal, Jack Toon, thanks for the follow. And they have a coin but Mirandus does have a coin called Materium. Materium, and it's actually you buy things in Mirandus with Materium, but you also need to have Materium to like do magic spells and stuff like that, and a bunch of other things. So it is the coin of that metaverse world, which is a game. Metaverse is a game. To me, that's by far the first iteration. When people say Ready Player One, well, Ready Player One's a game. It's a game. It's a fucking game. It's a game. I'll say it again. Ready Player One is a game. So throw the word metaverse out and just look at blockchain gaming, because that's the metaverse, in my opinion. Bearded Duckman says, Ali, question mark? Not sure what you mean. I don't know what Ali is. Alibaba? Sly Kofi, thanks for sharing the video. Give me a 1, because again, we got 62 people on here now. Things are winding down. We had over 200, I think, at the peak at any one time on this stream. And I'll be going live. I usually go live Monday through Friday, noon Pacific Standard Time. But summer's interesting. May, June has been an interesting month. I had graduations to go to. I was traveling. I had weddings to go to. Later on this week, I got some real estate business meetings I got to go to. So I'm not sure if I'll be able to do it every day this week. But normally noon Pacific Standard Time here on TikTok and YouTube. Daily Crypto Bull across all the socials. TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, Insta. No Facebook. Why do Facebook? Facebook's stupid. Snapchat, no thank you. I don't even like this. I really don't like TikTok and YouTube and Twitter. But I'm on Instagram too. The Reels are getting kind of cool actually. But I just post my TikTok content on the Instagram Reels. But Twitter and the Discord, those are messages. Like you're not going to see that stuff anywhere else. What software are you using analysis? I'm not really using any mega software for analysis. I just look at different charts. What do you think Bitcoin will go down to given the macroeconomic environments? I think Bitcoin, I'd actually be pretty surprised if Bitcoin doesn't get to 13,500 by the end of the year, but I think there's a really good chance it gets under 10,000, like in the 9,000s. And I think Ethereum will get down into the 400s. Thanks for sharing the live video. I mean, who else is saying this to you? Like, am I saying we're going to the moon? Am I giving you hopium? No, I'm giving you, I feel like reality, and that's good, because once you know reality, you can plan for it and you can benefit from it. Crypto Numerals over on YouTube says more downswings coming. I think so. Pay attention. What happened here? Why did we drop so much? Inflation numbers were worse than expected. People got slapped with reality is what happened. And then stake ETH thing, ST-ETH, which is Lido, which has nothing to do with Ethereum, has to do with a coin that's pegged to Ethereum. And Celsius doing its thing. All that happened over the weekend. Like, this is what happens. These are shakeouts. Shakeouts. This is what happens. You never know what it's going to be or when it's going to happen or how it's going to happen, but it's going to get shook. And we got at least 2 or 3 more shakeouts coming before this thing's over. At least. And this may not even be the nastiest one. This one was nasty. And I said it, if you were on the stream with me Friday or you follow me in the Discord, I made it very clear. Degimon, didn't I make it extremely clear what I thought was going to happen over the weekend? Over and over since Friday, I said it's going to be a bloody weekend. Told you I took shorts. On the live stream, I took that Bitcoin short y'all are looking at. That's why I'm up, 25, 24K. Because the price went down. This recession has been coming since beginning of pandemic. Absolutely. We had a recession when the pandemic started for 2 quarters. It was the shortest recession of all time, and then it went up only. Like, it didn't just go up only, it went parabolic. So this is coming. This has been coming. It's been coming since about 2018, really, but it's been getting propped up, chugged along, and then we had a nasty, quick recession, and then a shitload of money printing. So now we have a real reckoning. Dagimon says you did. You damn right. Follow me. Go follow the Discord. Everybody in here. It's on the description page. Ray says you're good. 100. Wednesday, it's going to be low. Halt Gods, what's up, buddy? Economy was artificially held up. Absolutely, Jeff. Absolutely. Thanks for the follow, Mutterland. But we got 60 people on here. Put a 1. I want to see a bunch of 1s because this is going to take me a few minutes to go through, and I don't want people logging out because I go through this because this is really important. Give me a bunch of 1s if you want me to explain the macroeconomics of what is going on, and I think you'll be able to follow it. I'm not going to talk a bunch of crazy, ridiculous terms. I'm just going to paint the picture for you, and you know what? Then you can give me your own conclusion, but listen, I'm not good at most things, but some things I'm fantastic at. Same thing with you. I believe every single person is not good at most things, but I think every person is really good at a few things. I'm really good at conceptualizing things. My strengths are math and conceptualization, connecting dots. And I want to paint the entire landscape macroeconomically, at least in the United States, a little bit globally, mostly in the United States, of what is going on. And I think it will be very helpful for you. I want to see a whole bunch of 1s come in because this is going to take me a minute. And I know once I start talking about this, that number of people on here is going to go down. I want to make sure everyone is engaged enough because it's not that I don't care about it's not that I care about the number going down. I just want enough people to say, all right, I'm going to take 5 minutes and I'm going to let you explain something. Well, not explain. I'm not going to talk down to you like that. I'm just going to give you, I've spent hundreds of hours in the past few weeks studying, thousands probably in the past few months, paying attention and coming up with what the hell's going on. And I just want you to give me 5 minutes to lay out everything I've discovered. I see a crypto numerals of 1 on there. I don't know if I saw enough 1s come in. Yeah, wait, that's actually a lot of 1s. Actually, it's a shitload of 1s. Okay, here we go. So, and we're going to end it with housing because this is the one that people give me the most pushback on. Okay? So, inflation. High. 8.6% is what came out on Friday. They expected it to be 8.3. Let that settle in. They were like, ooh, please be 8.3. Ooh, 8.1 would be amazing. Wow, first of all, where are we in the world where we're like, ooh, 7.9, 8.1 would just be fantastic. Wow, how delusional are we? Next, we don't have a trend yet of up or down in inflation, but we've had the over 12 months of 7% plus inflation. Now, inflation and debasement are different. Most people think inflation means the dollar's going down, means devaluing the dollar. No. It's devaluing the buying power of the dollar. And you're thinking, well, what's the difference? Inflation is the rise in cost of goods and services, which has a lot to do with supply of the goods and services and demand, okay? Typically, it's an imbalance in demand and supply of goods and services. Not necessarily that the value of the dollar is going down, whereas debasement is an increase in supply. When you increase the supply, you dirty the waters, you muddy them up, you pollute them, meaning you devalue the dollar, regardless of inflation. We've had both. We've had debasement and inflation, to unprecedented levels. 40% of all money, dollars, that have been printed in the lifetime of the dollar were printed in the last 2 years. 40% of the most debased time in all US dollar history, coupled with one of the most inflationary times of all US dollar history. Shit's nasty. So the Fed is raising interest rates to lower demand for borrowing. That's why they're raising interest rates. And so far we're at 0.75% on the Fed funds rate. 0.75. You've heard about Paul Volcker. Paul Volcker raised the Fed funds rate to 18%. That's what he had to do to lower inflation and raise the value of the dollar. 18. We are in a worse situation now than we were then in the 80s, and we're at 0.75. That's interesting. Now, we have supply chain issues, right? So we have inflation over here because we're having supply chain issues. I think eventually those will be fixed. Food shortages going on, not just because of supply chain issues and rising costs of fuel. We're not even going to get to that yet. And there's been just record heat waves in a lot of producing places, not to mention the Ukraine-Russian war. And Ukraine is a major producer of wheat and many other things globally. I mean, for instance, sunflower oil, Ukraine produces 40% of all the sunflower oil in the world. And they produce something like 10 to 12% of all the wheat. Whew. And other things that I'm not remembering right now, but big deal. And heat waves just killing crops. So we have food shortages coming in America. We're least affected. We just get inflated because we do get first priority because we're the richest. So we get the first, but our inflation still feels it. Okay, you with me so far? Gas prices. Russia's not really the biggest bother of it. Gas prices are at $5 $5-6 where I live, and I think they're going to go higher. Saudi Arabia is not producing more oil. They could, but they're not. And I don't think they want to yet. Why? I'm not exactly sure, but it's in their own interest, that's for sure. America has its own issues with gas because we don't have the Alaskan pipeline running, although we are the biggest producer of oil in the world. Did you know that? America, United States of America, is the biggest producer of oil in all the world. Crazy, right? Anyways, so that's going to go higher. That makes inflation higher because it makes the cost of goods and services and transportation, everything higher, energy costs. Are you still with me? Have I said anything good yet? Like, holy crap. Now, when the Fed raises interest rates, what that does is it lowers the value of assets. The more speculative, the more it lowers it. Crypto's the most speculative. Stocks, equities. When you hear people say equities, they really mean stocks, equity in companies. That gets hit really hard because those are denominated in dollars. So they're lowering the demand of the dollar, so less borrowing. We're going to get to housing in a second. Now what they're doing this month, starting this month, is they're going to be selling bonds, right? Because when the Fed prints money, they can't just print money. They got to buy assets, which they typically buy treasury bonds, mortgage-backed securities. They buy debt to print the money to pay for the debt they're buying. Because debt, when they hold debt from other people, those are assets. Now they're going to be selling those debts, those assets, back into the market, sucking cash out of the market into the Federal Reserve reserves. They're going to be, so they're lowering demand for new supply of money by raising the interest rate, and they're sucking money out of the economy by selling bonds, mortgage-backed securities into the market. And they're going to start by doing $47.5 billion a month for 3 months, and then they're going to go to 95 maximum. And so then that's what's going on. So this is how they go to fight inflation. They're lowering the amount of dollars out there so that the cost of things can come down simply because of supply. They're lowering demand and supply, but really, everyone keeps talking about demand, but I really think about supply of the amount of dollars out here. Because if there's less supply of dollars, things have to cost less because the dollar has more value. That's why you see the DXY, DXY, which is the value of the dollar compared to other currencies around the world. And it's been going up, even though inflation's been going up, because debasement and inflation are not the same thing. Inflation is a rise in cost of goods and services. Debasement is the increase of supply of a currency. Let's get to housing. You'd have to be living under a rock if you didn't hear housing. Right? You've seen the demand for housing. You may have experienced it. Maybe you sold, maybe you bought. You at least know people that have bought or sold, that's for sure. And I've been in real estate for about over a decade, and it's been up only for 10 years. Nice steady up, nice healthy, like 5 to 10, healthy is 3 to 5, but it's even been a little above that. I live in Seattle, so maybe I'm a little diluted, but typically houses have been going up about 10% a year, which is crazy on its own. And then the last 2 years, it went on a rocket. Average of 20% up to 40% year over year gain in value of a house. That is completely, to say unsustainable is a massive understatement. What has happened is that those have gotten way inflated and overvalued too. So as the Fed funds rate gets raised, what does that do? Well, When you go to get a mortgage, the interest rate you're paying is now higher. And when people go to buy a house, let me tell you something. They don't look at the price of the house. The thing they actually look at is the monthly payment. And guess what? Every 1% interest rates go up, their buying power goes down 10%. So if they were looking to pay $2,000 a month for a house, if it goes up 1%, the interest, now they're paying $2,200. Well, you know what? The mortgage rates this year, in the past few months, have gone up 3%. So the house they were looking at that they were going to pay $2,000 a month for, now they're paying $2,600 a month for. They can't do that. So what do? Well, we won't buy a house in that price range. What price range can we get for $2,000 a month? So now the demand for that comes down, and they're buying lower. And I'm in real estate, and I'm telling you, everything was going first day, bid 10, 20% over asking price. For the last 2 years, that was every single goddamn house. Now, houses are sitting on the market for longer. There are about 70% less mortgage applications going on. So 70% less people, 60, 70%, depending on your market, of people applying for mortgage loans. Demand going down big time, been going down, continue to go down. And there's more houses on the market, and they're on the market for longer. We're even seeing price reductions. I think housing is going to be a massive opportunity if you know what to do in the next 12-ish months, 6 to 18 months. I think that you're going to see some fantastic deals. So if you're looking to buy a home, I wouldn't do it. If you've been thinking about selling, get that shit listed, because we are already past the peak, on the way down. That's the entire landscape. I didn't really say anything good. You give me something good. It's a nasty environment, and it's not showing any signs of turning around. This inflation rate that just came out on Friday, that was a slap in the face to all the deniers and people that have been asleep to what the hell has actually been going on. And there are more slaps to come to people that are still in denial. There are people, say Kathy Wood, I like Kathy, and lots of other people saying, Fed's going to have to pivot, they'll crash the economy. And I'm like, they don't care. Their priority is the value of the dollar, and they will let your businesses, your over-leveraged businesses, burn. They don't care. They can't care, because if the dollar goes under, everything goes under. So too bad. Too bad, all you businesses praying, thinking they can't do that, they wouldn't, blah, blah. Oh, yes, they will. They will burn your poorly managed, over-leveraged business to the ground. They have to. So it's not slowing down anytime soon. And end of presentation. I don't know how many comments came in there. Sunflower oil is bad for health. That's your takeaway. Thank you for sharing the video. I heard 80%. Deggy, I'm still buying Ethereum, about 4 since it was at 1240. I think that's a good buy. If you look out to April 2025, it's pointless doing crypto at 13. No, it's not. At 13 years old? No. It's never. It doesn't. Your age has nothing to do with any of this. Very well said. Omi, ask me some questions or give me some thoughts or feedback. Challenge me if you want. Use intelligence. If you're going to say sunflower oil is bad for your health, I don't know what to say to that. I don't think it is, because it's a mono unsaturated oil. Those are pretty good for you. I used to be a doctor, by the way. I used to practice. I guess I am still a doctor. I just don't practice. I believe housing will crash. What's up, Coin Monster? It will definitely drop. I think your average housing market will drop 20%. Your really over-bothered ones like Nashville, Austin, Boise, Phoenix, Tampa, Atlanta, I think those are going to crash. I think those will go down more like up to like 40%, because they're so over the top in terms of valuation. Thanks for the follow, Nabi. What do you think Bitcoin's low is going to be and around? I just went through this whole thing. I want to talk about that for a minute, because that's the big. Your question about what do you think Bitcoin's low is going to be, it doesn't matter. What matters is what I just said. The macroeconomic landscape is what really matters here. Because here's what I'll tell you. Crypto bleeds the hardest. In reality, I think Bitcoin probably ends up going under 10K. I think CA drops 2 parts of California for sure. Funny enough, though, like oddly enough, I don't. California isn't at the top of my list. As obvious as that would seem, it will drop. I think the average drop will be around 20%, but I think some markets will see 40% drops in current home valuations. So maybe the best thing to do is stock up on cash to buy investments when they crash. Muhammad, I agree with you. And that's why I'm constantly pushing Voyager. Go get your 6 to 9% on your USDC, which is an actual stable coin. Click the link in my bio and it'll take you to my resources page. The first button will be for Voyager. Plus it gives you $50 of free Bitcoin. So go buy $100 of USDC. In other words, convert $100 of USD into USDC and you'll get $50 in free Bitcoin. But it's a very limited time offer. I don't know when they're asking. Flip says cash is king. Usually cash is trash. But in these times, cash is king. 100%. I agree with that. I live in Austin for 20 years and holy moly did the city explode. What's up, Dan? Totally. Absolutely. In the last 2 years. I mean, it's been growing. It's been growing steadily, right, for about a decade. But then the last 2 years went nuts. Because I look at the data. And Austin is one of the top 5 that I see is going to have a hard-ass crash. Is USDC the safest stable coin in my opinion? 100%. Because it's actually backed by real dollar bills. And it's got companies behind it like BlackRock, Citadel, Circle, Coinbase. It is to me, it's the winning stablecoin, and I'm not alone on that. But do your own research. What do I think of ISO 20022 coins? I think it's kind of too much attention is being paid to it right now for the macroeconomic landscape that we're in. For me, though, XRP is the only one that I'm interested in. Would you hold off after being down 90% on crypto? No. I mean, it depends what you buy, but I mean, I'm buying. I've been buying all weekend. Ethereum mostly. BlackRock is a genius. Well, I mean, they have to be. You love them or hate them. I don't think any of us really love them. But they have like $10 trillion, trillion with a T, under management. They're powerful. Globally. Powerful. Funky Green Dog says, yep, skipping questions. Sorry, Funky Green Dog. Did I miss your question at some point when I'm answering crap loads of questions and looking out here on my screen? You're not entitled. Don't be entitled. Just ask it again. I'll get to it. They killed Luna? They might have. They very well might have. I jumped in on HBAR a while back. You think that is good? I think Hashgraph technology is promising. What chain is your favorite? Ethereum. Sell crypto, then rebuy or hold. I'm looking out to April 2025. I sold all my altcoins a couple months ago. I don't count Ethereum as an altcoin. And I turned it into cash, into USDC, and I'm getting 6 to 9% on that. And then I have an amount of Bitcoin and Ethereum in my trading account where, like, say, that I trade with, which is not buying and selling. It's trading. Like, here's a trade I did over the weekend, Bitcoin USDT, and I'm up about 24,000 on that because the price went down. If you want to learn how to do that, take my free masterclass here. Click the link in the bio. You'll be able to find it. So, yeah. All you influencers selling the blow off top. I wish I sold the blow off top. There wasn't a blow off top though. There was not a blow off top. I wish I'd sold the top. Sold, but not the top. Once home equity and relocation subsides, the housing market will start crashing. True. Regular folks can't afford housing. Absolutely not. Coin Monster and I were talking about this quite a bit in the Daily Crypto Bull Discord. Yeah, he's a realtor in I forgot where. What a good off ramp for crypto to fiat. I use Voyager because there's no fees when you buy or sell your crypto, so you get more money when you sell it, more USD. And you get more crypto when you buy it for your dollars. and then you can just withdraw the cash to your bank. So I like Voyager for basically almost everything. Atlanta and Nashville, that's right. Which I was saying, I think those are two markets that are going to get hit very hard. I actually think Nashville is going to get hit harder than Atlanta, but I think they're both going to get smoked pretty good, which great opportunities. How much did you put up to make 24K? I did leverage, so it was 10x leverage. So we have, I thought I put in more than that. But anyways, looks like with leverage it was 4.25 Bitcoin. So however much, that's how much it was at the time in USDT, I guess. And now it's down to whatever. We got in at that entry price. Right now it's at this price, and so that's the profit in USDT. If you want to learn how to do that, take this masterclass right here while it's still free. I also buy shit coins when I want to gamble, but I do my homework. I don't think right now is a good time to buy. I think having patience is a big freaking deal in a market like this. Thoughts on physical gold? I don't know much about physical gold, but I mean, here's what I'll say. If you want to buy stuff like that, not financial advice, just my opinion. I like to think about, like I said, I'm not good at most things, but I'm really good at seeing how things connect and go together, and kind of good at human psychology. So what do you think is going to happen here with gas prices being higher? You think people are going to buy? What are they going to do? It's already happening. They're making an extra emphasis to get electric cars. Well, electric cars don't use gas, so gas wouldn't be a good thing to invest in. What do electric cars use that's going to be in much higher demand than it's ever been? If you agree with me that electric cars are going to be are growing and they're already in higher demand than they've ever been in their history, and probably going to go up higher. If you agree with that, what metals are used to make electric cars? Cobalt, manganese, lithium, nickel, copper. If you want to look into metals, in my opinion, those five are going up. Yep, you guys said, I'm going to see the comments now. I see copper, I see lithium, cobalt, manganese, nickel. But copper, cobalt, lithium would probably be the main ones I'd focus on. Is Voyager an exchange? Yes, it is. It's actually a publicly traded company. If you live in America, you have to live in America to use Voyager. Click the link in the TikTok bio. It's the first button right here. Be sure to use this button or this code, because then you'll get $50. And yes, this is my referral code. This guy's just pushing his stuff. I don't care. This isn't changing my life. Go use someone else's referral code. You got to use a referral code to get the $50 in free Bitcoin, okay? And you get interest on your crypto, right? I'm getting, you get 9% on the first 25,000, 7% on the next 75,000, and 6% on every dollar above that. It's now you convert your USD into USDC coin. This is the best stable coin there is. It's an actual stable coin backed with real dollars. And you get interest on your other cryptos like Ethereum and Bitcoin and Ape and DOT and all that shit. Metals, oh yeah. Build Back Better plan is in place, so it makes sense gas companies might. I'm not sure what the Build Back Better plan is. What is that, Dan? Want you to profit as much as possible. Can you send crypto to MetaMask through Voyager? Yeah, you can. You can. How much of your net worth do you think should be in crypto? There's not a good answer for that. How low do you think Ethereum is going to? I think because of what's going on, I think Ethereum can get into the 400s. Who else is telling you that? 400s. And I think Bitcoin will get under 10. Anything you buy now, it should turn to profit. Yeah, by April 2025. Not anything. Most cryptos will never see their all-time highs again. Ethereum, though, Bitcoin, they're going to keep going up. Do you like NFTs? I like NFT technology, and I like its incorporation into blockchain gaming. I'm starting to look into hydrogen cell cars. That's interesting. Thanks for the follow, K Schiff. In the Build Back Better plan, it has a plan in it to get more electric cars on the road. That can only strengthen the case that I was making for investing in those metals. I'm in trouble. Just give it time. Algo, a lot of people like Chainlink. Oh, Chainlink is one that will, Chainlink, actually, you know what, I forgot about that. I bought a little bit of Link over the weekend because Link is the oracle of the blockchain. It's the one everybody uses. It's the biggest, best one. Chainlink is phenomenal. Chainlink is arguably in my top 5 and has been for a long time. I also really like VeChain. I bought a little VeChain over the weekend too. I completely forgot about that. Bitcoin isn't going lower than 18,000, but that's just an opinion. Well, that's fine, Hulk. What grounds do you have for forming that opinion? In normal times that we've had in the existence of crypto, I would say, yeah. But because this macro environment is so bad, and it's going to get worse, we've not bottomed. I think minimum Bitcoin gets to 13,500, but I think it's nasty enough that it pushes it below 10. I hope Bitcoin hit 3K. That I don't think will happen. But if that happened, then this bad picture already painted of the macroeconomic landscape would be, this already filthy, nasty one I painted, would be like 2-3 times as bad as I even think, which is possible. But I'll be buying too. I'm already buying. You know, looking out to April 2025 as my sell date. How low will Gala go? I don't know. I pray it goes under a penny. Please, for the love of God, go under a penny. Why under a penny? Or at least to a penny, but under a penny? Because I think there's almost zero chance, there's almost 100% chance, in my opinion, that Gala gets to over $1 by April 2025. And I think there's a real reality where it gets to $2 or $3. That's 100x plus. So if you have, please Gala, go under a penny. Please. If Ethereum goes to 400, I'll be buying heavy. Me too. But I'm buying now. I have to slow myself even at these prices. Like, okay, we're only like halfway through at best. I think in reality, we're about a third of the way through. And what I mean by that, I don't mean a third of the way from the all-time high. I think most crypto has about 60 to 66% more to go down from where it's at now. So 60% below, 1,200 for Ethereum would be what? Well, 40% of that would be what? About $480. Yeah, $480. And I think 480 is the bottom of Ethereum. I mean, it just keeps working out like that for me. And what's 40% of 23,000 Bitcoin? About 9,000 something. So, and give Bitcoin a little bit more room. So I think 9,800 for the bottom of Bitcoin. Remember I said this. I could be totally wrong. But if I'm right, remember this. Because nobody else is saying this. And I feel pretty strongly about it. I'm not just throwing it out there. That is actually my prediction. Don't know when bear market should end. August? Hulk, you're not new to these streams. You're not new to what I say. What? See, because you're asking me what I think. You think I think is going to end in August? I think at best, end of the year. At best. But then we'll still see reverberating effects from a recession. Now, the end of a bear market happens about halfway through a recession, typically. So you're still in recession, but then the markets start going back up. So I think end of the year is my best guess, but it could certainly go longer. And I think we have some more filth to come. And I don't want to say we're just warming up. Before this last Friday, we were just warming up. Now things are getting hot. I got a couple chain links and some XRP this morning. I'm for it. Imagine ETH at 89. First time I ever bought ETH was at $174. You see Binance pause transactions for a while after Celsius stopped withdrawals. I did not, but I'm not surprised. Based on my calculations, the bottom will end in 5 months. Typically, that's probably about right. My only thought is with the macroeconomic landscape, I don't know. I would have pinned it. I probably would have pinned it on November, December too, and I still am. But this is the worst macroeconomic landscape, not even close, that's ever existed in crypto's history, because we've been on only a bull market in crypto's history. This is the first time that a crypto bear market is coupled with an actual economic bear market, recession, possibly depression. This is what's is going to be called, and as some people are already calling it, the everything bubble, because it is. You're welcome, Hulk. Russia made everything worse. COVID wasn't this bad. It didn't help, but bad news is amplified in times like these. Now we have relief rally for 30K. Now we could. I do see a relief rally come, but I see it as exit liquidity for people that have been regretting not selling. So if we do have a relief rally, I will sell, and I will wait for it to drop. That's what I will likely do. ETH is jumping right now. Jumping to, where is ETH? ETH's at 1270. Yeah, that's higher. I mean, I guess you could call that a jump. I guess you could. We have a little bit of a green candle going on finally, but this looks to me more like what it was right here. I don't think anything's moving up too much right now, not until Wednesday. Coin Monster says, I will sell too, sell high on the day. Yeah, it's high on the day. I mean, it's dropped. It went from basically 1800 down to high like 1160 in 3 days, not even. What percentage is that? It's like a 40% drop. 35. It's a lot. Let's see, 600. Damn near 40% drop in 3 days from an already super low point. I agree with ID 9624. Bottoms are nowhere near yet. Bull run 2024. You're speaking my language. I am totally on board with that. What's happening on Wednesday? The Fed meeting. So they will announce on June 15th, Wednesday, which is also my brother's birthday. Go follow him on Twitch, Mr. Whirley. WHIRLEY? Maybe it's just Y. He streams some Big Time, which is a blockchain game. The Fed, they'll announce what the interest rate's going to be. They've been planning a 0.5 because the inflation rates came back higher than expected. Speculation that they may instead change it to a 0.75. And I think if they really got guts, which I don't think they have, if they really had guts, they'd probably go to 1%. So I'm about 50-50 of if they'll do a 0.5 or a 0.75, but I think this will show you their guts. If they do a 0.5, they're spineless. If they do a 0.75, I'll respect them. If they do a 1, I'll be impressed. Muhammad says, okay, this is a great community. I'm joining the Discord. Welcome in. I'm in there quite a bit. be sure to keep coming back, because I'm a busy guy. I go in there and I respond to most people's stuff, but it may take me a little bit. Hope this isn't a stagflation. Well, stagflation has to do with employment rates too. And here's what I'm going to say. I'm glad you brought that up. So we have inflation super high, and we have unemployment at a very fantastic level. So what that really does is that gives the Fed open range to do whatever the F they want. And that's why I'm saying I'll be impressed if they go 1%, because that's what they should do, in my opinion. They should just hike that effer 1%. Straight up. Does the Daily Crypto Bull have a Telegram? No, I don't. I mean, I can't manage all that shit. I'm basically a one-man show. And I do this. This is what I mainly do, right? I don't know what could be better for you guys than a live stream where I interact with you and go over stuff and answer your questions and chit-chat with you. I mean, to me, this is the best. Shorts are the play. Absolutely, shorts are the play. I'm in a short from last Friday, which I did on the live stream, a Bitcoin USDT short. I 10x'd it, and so I'm up. Looks like I'm down a little. Well, not down. I'm only up like 22,000 instead of 24. Be sure to check out my resources page if you're in America. For the love of God, get a Voyager account. Check out my masterclass to learn how I was able to do this type of thing while it's still free. The masterclass, anyways. I want to learn the course. I want to know how to short. I think that's a fantastic skill to have. Yeah, it's not that complicated. Is ICP dead? I don't know. Didn't find your bro on Twitch. Oh, maybe. I think it's MRWHIRLY or EY. It's Mr. Worley. He doesn't have that many followers. I'm definitely his top viewer, because I had him playing. I got the big time silver pass, and I gave it to him. Well, I gave him my login details for my big time account, and then he streamed it on Twitch so I could watch it, and we'd just be on the phone, and I'd be watching the stream. But he's been streaming, but he'd do more if he had more followers. I think he'd definitely do a lot more streaming. Crypto Charlie Coin, Insane Clown Posse still around? I don't know, Dan. I don't know, man. See, like when you know how to trade, to go back to what NFT's promotion was saying, when you learn how to short, you don't care. You really aren't very affected by the markets going down, because you know how to profit when they're going down. Most of everything you hear people talking about out here, because that's the real play to me. Like I'm talking about, okay, buy metals, these certain metals, I think they'll go up. There isn't much. But I'm like, well, everything else is going down. You can just short it. But people don't talk about that much. You can just short it and profit on the way down the same exact way you would as it goes up. Basically. Is 25 get out? I'm going to work to buy for now. See, King. Thanks for the follow, Keith. Anyone here a Minnesota Vikings fan? I know it's not fun to be a fan of theirs. They blow. They've never won a Super Bowl. They've been in the league every single year, and they're one of the few teams that have never won the Super Bowl. It sucks. And they've got close. And every time those hurt so badly. How do shorts work? They're kind of like it's like you reserve the right to sell. It's kind of like an option, sort of. You reserve the right to sell at a certain price. So if I say, hey, I get to reserve the right to sell Ethereum at 2,000. So as it goes down, even though Ethereum is like, say, 1,200 like it is today, I get to sell that $1,200 Ethereum at $2,000. But since I do something called an inverse perpetual with that usually, my profit is paid to me in Ethereum. So as it goes down, instead of getting that balance between 1,200 and 2,000, so I get to lock in 2,000. If it goes up, I got to pay somebody. If it goes down, I get paid. But I can get in and out whenever I want. Kind of like a put, yeah. It's kind of like a put, sort of. Except for with options, you reserve the right, but not the obligation. You have the obligation in a leverage trade, in a trade, when you short or long. King Kong, no way. Cowboy fan. I wish I was a Cowboy fan. I'd even take being an Eagle fan. You have a Super Bowl. I don't. Just for the love of God, give me a fucking Super Bowl ring. Vikings have a great kicker. Do we? Thanks for the follow, Mermaid. Everybody, go follow me on Twitter. Help me grow my Twitter account, because if I can do that, I can get more people on Twitter to respond to me. Because I want to get guests to come on this show, and they don't respond to many of my messages because my Twitter following is not very big. Please go follow me on Twitter. Plus, I post good content on Twitter. What Giants? I would like to be a Giants fan. You guys have several rings. I mean, that one that you beat Brady in the perfect year. That would be the crown jewel of. I don't even care about anything else. It'd be great. I don't even care what happens for the rest of football history because I have that. Raiders Nation. I wouldn't mind being a Raiders fan either. Although they haven't really won a Super Bowl in my life, basically. What platform do you use? Do you mean for trading? I use Bybit. Go to my resources, link in description, takes you to my resources page. Scroll down a bit, you'll see Bybit. I didn't like what Minnesota did to AP. I don't like what AP did to Minnesota. Being a running back, I think, gives you a lot of brain damage. He was cool for a while, but then he just got ridiculous. Beat Brady twice, right? Like Jeff, like Deggy, you don't ever get to complain about football again to me, ever. Like, what else could you want? Well, we need the Super Bowl every year. Well, that's just silly. Those two things alone, done. You can just enjoy football for the rest of your life and suck. It doesn't even matter because you have those and you get to experience them as an actual fan adult. Lost my mind when the Bengals made it to the Super Bowl. Not many Bengals fans in Austin's, probably not. Eli was okay, but somehow he had Brady's number. I know. Eli was okay. He should probably be in the Hall of Fame, but he is one of those guys. Wife is a Seahawks fan. I live in Seattle. My mother's a Seahawks fan too. They're okay. I do enjoy when they win for the most part because I live here and the vibe is just enjoyable. People are just happier. And if the Vikings are out, which they always are, I was like, all right, well, I guess I'll root for the Seahawks here. Hopefully they do something. But now Russell's gone. They're the worst. They're terrible. Yeah, Seattle's a good city. I like it. I like the area. I like the Pacific Northwest. Vikings need to get a POC. What's a POC? I'm guessing you mean OC, like offensive coordinator is what I think you mean. Best friend went to UW. That would be a fun school to go to. They have what I think is one of the best football stadiums in college football because of how it's set. Like, it's beautiful. It's open. And to the east, you have Lake Washington and the Cascade Mountains. And to the west, you have Seattle, downtown skyline, and the Olympic Mountains. Like, it's one of the most beautiful spots. I just can't imagine there being a more beautiful one in the country. I just can't. I don't know what else you would want. Vikes, baby, what's up? Skol! Once again, can I learn how to short on your resources page? Yes, take the masterclass. That masterclass is all about trading. Learning how to short and long, which is what trading is. Pocket quarterback. Well, Cousins is a pocket quarterback. And Cousins, in my opinion, is probably the best quarterback we've ever had in my lifetime. Yeah. I know. It felt weird the first time I ever had that thought. Still does. But it's true. Oh, you were at Bremerton. Oh, cool, cool. Yeah, so you're over there, basically on the peninsula. Yeah, some good little road trips to the, Port Angeles, Port Townsend, the coast, Hurricane Ridge, all that stuff. Used to visit Seattle a lot. Now, buddy lives in D.C., the other Washington. Are we talking football while the market crashes? Sure. Why not? I think it's kind of, frankly, I think it's kind of bottomed for this move. I think this is the bottom of this move because Ethereum and Bitcoin basically hit their 200-week moving averages. I think it's done what it's going to do until Wednesday, which is the Fed meeting. And if the Fed says 0.5, I think we see things go up a bit. If they say 0.75, I think we see a bit of a drop and then a bounce. If they say 1, drop, big time. Hoping for the 1. Sports are for these bad times. Well, they're always entertainment, It's always entertainment. Okay, back to Crypto Talk. Coin Monster, see you, bud. I'll catch you up to you in the Discord. Anyone, go join the Daily Bull Crypto Bull Discord. There's not a ton of people in there, and I'm in there quite a bit. We got, a few hundred people in there. It's weird. Like, TikTok the Daily Crypto Bull TikTok community is so much bigger than all the other ones. Discord, Twitter, Insta, YouTube. YouTube's the second biggest, got like maybe almost 3,000. But I don't do enough YouTube videos. I should do more. This is streaming live on YouTube, but this isn't going to get a ton of reach because this is like a two-hour stream so far, 2 hour and 1 minute. Are you buying anything right now? Yeah, I was buying Ethereum mostly over the weekend, and then some Gala. Those are the two main things I bought. Ethereum certainly number 1, and then Ethereum or Gala. And I bought a little ape because I've been saying for a long time to you guys that I'm not gonna buy ape until it's under $5. If it never gets under $5, oh well. Well, it finally went under $5. It was I think $4.78. I was like, okay. Plus on Voyager, if you get 10% interest on your ape, as long as you have a minimum of 10 ape. So I just bought 10 ape. It's like $50. I spent $50 buying ape, and then I bought a little more in the 3s. So I don't have a ton of ape because I think it's all going to go lower. I just said, well, shit. So if it went under 5, I was going to buy it. Plus I get 10% interest. So again, if you're in America, you can get that too on Voyager. Just click the link on my resources page. How much Ether did I buy? I don't know. I don't know how much I bought. I try not to pay too much attention to that. Like I don't have a goal for how much I want to get. I just kind of, and I'm not making my heavy buys yet. Because again, I told you, I think ETH's going to bottom at 480. That's my call. 480. $480 is where I think Ethereum's going to bottom. Probably by sometime in November. That's my best guess. How do I feel about NFT artwork? I mean actual artwork, not computer-generated art. It's a growing market. It's a growing market. Not something I want to get in yet, but it's a growing market. It will continue to grow. Is my opinion on it. How couldn't it? I mean, it's barely above 0. Like, of course it's going to become... Does it make sense to have authenticated, original pieces of digital art? Because NFT allows that. But NFT allows the ownership, authenticity, guarantee, not even guarantee, of verification and transfer and ownership of digital assets. That's what NFT really is, not pictures. Pictures are an expression of it, and that's the first easiest one to do, art, collectibles. But then it's going to get real filthy, and I think blockchain gaming and NFTs in that is insanity. I do this most streams. Thanks for the follow, Julian. What's up, Tinso? Can I share my favorite blockchain NFT game with you? There is nothing. I'll tell you this. There is nothing I'm more excited to buy than NFTs in this game. In the entire crypto world, in all of the investing world, there is nothing I am more excited to purchase, to own, than these NFTs in this blockchain game. It's made by Gala. It's called Mirandus. Nothing. I'm not buying it yet, but goddamn, about every day I look at it, I got to come up with a strategy of what all I'm going to buy. Because what I'll be able to do is own businesses within this game. Like, I can own a weapon shop. People in the game come buy weapons, and there's only like 500 weapon shops in the entire game, and I can own one of them, and I can sell them for Materium, which is their crypto coin for the game. And Materium obviously has a real world value like any other crypto coin, except you use it, but you use it in this game to pay everything, this metaverse, this world, this virtual world. So excited. I mean, I can't, like, you guys ask about crypto coins and stuff, there's nothing that I am more, if I gotta pick one thing I'm buying, even over Ethereum, I can't not buy Ethereum. But it's Mirandus NFTs. That is for the future, because these are it's like buying real estate and businesses in America when America's like brand new. That's how I feel about it. Oh yeah, Dan, for sure. NFTs are going to come into every aspect of our lives. Everything. Gala, Mana, Sandbox. I can't hate on that. Gala's number one for me. I like Sand more than Mana. I actually don't have any Mana, and I don't unless things change, I don't plan on buying any Mana. Although Big Time, the other game that I'm invested in, the CEO of Big Time is one of the co-founders of Decentraland. Are we all losing money? Depending on the time frame, right? If you're looking at April 2025 and you're invested in projects that are really, really good, like Ethereum, Bitcoin, they're going to be worth a hell of a lot more than they've ever been worth in 3 years. In my opinion. Are my investing projects solid? Matic I like, Chainlink I like, and I think the other three, .ADA, Algo. I'm not an expert on Algo, but a lot of people I respect really like Algo. But those five seem pretty good to me. Matic is high on my list because Matic is a layer 2 solution / going to be used a lot for blockchain gaming. And I can't, to me, there's just so much innovation stuff going on in crypto that you can't possibly pay attention to all of it. So it makes sense to become a master of one or two things. And for me, Ethereum and Bitcoin, duh. And then I just focus on blockchain gaming because it's obvious that I think that has the biggest upside and the most obvious upside of anything. Nas says no more cash. So NA 550,000H, you don't have any more cash until the day you die? You're going to have more. Just plan. Any thoughts on Crow? Not really. I think Crypto.com is going to grow. I think Crow is a good coin to get. I'm just not buying it yet. Same thing with FTT, which is FTX, and Voyager, VGX. But I'm not buying those right now. I'll buy those when I think the market's officially bottomed. You're welcome, Ruby. What's up, Ruby? In the meantime, for the love of God, cash is king right now. 95% of the time, cash is trash, meaning that assets are going up in value. Stocks, crypto, real estate, etc. So cash is going down in value because assets are worth more because they're denominated in dollars. But in rare times like this, cash is king. Cash is going up in value. Assets are going down. So it makes sense to be in cash. For me, I'm getting 6 to 9% on my cash. Now, if you live in America, you can do the same exact thing. How? In case you haven't heard me talk about it ad nauseum yet, click the link in my TikTok bio. It'll be here somewhere. When you click it, it'll take you to this page, Voyager. Voyager gives you interest on your crypto. Well, how's that going to help me with my cash? USDC coin. This is the stable coin of stable coins, backed by real $1 bills. Do your own research if you want. And you get 6 to 9%. Here's the chart. 9% on the first 25,000, 7% on the next 75, and 6% on everything above that. But you got to be living in America to get this. Plus, I get interest on my Ethereum and my Bitcoin. And I am not sponsored, by the way. I just am I'm here to help you guys. And this is what I'm doing. You actually get 10% on Ape. Some of these aren't updated yet for some reason. But mostly I'm sitting in USDC. This is my bank. I want to make that very clear. This is my bank. By the way, if you use this link and this code, you'll get $50 in free Bitcoin when you buy $100 of crypto on their platform. So what you could do is you could just go to Voyager and buy $100 of USDC coin. In other words, convert $100 of USD into $100 of USDC and start getting interest. And they will give you $50 in free Bitcoin. So, and this is a very limited time offer. They could be taking this away tomorrow. If you're in America, please, for the love of God, do that. So I think of Voyager as my bank. Not even think of, that's exactly what they are. They're my bank. And they pay, and they respect me. And they let me buy crypto. And they give me interest on my crypto. And they give me interest on my cash, my USDC coin. And they actually have a debit card that's out that they're rolling out. Some people have it. I'm on the waiting list. A debit card, a Voyager debit card, just like a bank debit card, that you can go buy things anywhere with it, and it will just take from your USDC account. The place doesn't need to accept USDC. They set up the system so that it auto converts into USD and pays the people straight from your USDC account. This is my bank. Voyager's my bank. This is the new bank. And they respect us and they pay us interest. It's much more of a democracy. What's the UK version of Voyager? I don't know, but they've been approved in Europe. They should be rolling out pretty soon. Feds will start to take actions like ETH and burn currency. Actually, I don't know. I like that. Will ETH recover? Eventually. Yorkshire, I'm guessing this is your first crypto cycle. This is what always happens, except for in this extra nasty macro environment situation. So things are actually going to be nastier than usual. Let me show you something just in case. For anyone watching on YouTube, let me shrink this down. Although if you're watching YouTube, you probably saw this. This is a lifetime chart of Bitcoin, right? It goes up a bunch and then down a bunch, up a bunch, down a bunch, up a bunch, down a bunch. We went up a bunch and now we're in the down a bunch phase. These blue lines are the halvings. See how the price goes up after these blue lines? Here's the next blue line. Guess what's going to happen over here? Well, boom. And what did we do in the last one? We went from about 20,000 down to about 3,200. Here we went from about 1,300 down to 160 bucks. Here we went from 69,000 to, who knows? I think we're going to get to about 9,800. Normally I wouldn't say that, but since the macro environment is so filthy, I would say it's very possible. I think Bitcoin minimum gets to 13,500, and I think Ethereum's going to hit $480, down 90% from its all-time high. I got Voyager almost a month ago for my purchase of Bitcoin. Do I have to anything to earn interest? No. They do have a minimum, like to earn 9% on your USDC, you have to have a minimum of $100 of USDC. For Bitcoin, you need to have 0.01 Bitcoin to earn interest. And for Ethereum, you need 0.5 Ethereum. For Ape, you need 10 Ape. What are indicators that the bottom is here? It's hard to say. It's a good question. It's hard to say. I think when we just get to certain prices, I'll just say, like, if ETH gets to 480, I'm just backing up the truck. If it goes down lower, fuck it. I'll find a way to buy some more. And Bitcoin halving is in February, March. I'd say more like March, April. So bear cycle can end early Q4 2023. Well, the bear cycle could end at the end of this year. And then it kind of trucks up slowly over, because more and more people understand the halving. And so the anticipation for it comes earlier and earlier. But we're all the way back here. If you're focusing on that right now, you're way ahead of the curve. And that's why I preach this. I do it and I preach it. This is not what most people do. They don't look out far enough. It's not even that far. It's less than 2 years away. But the sell date is 3 years away. I plan on selling about a year after the halving, so 2025, Q1 2025. I bought Sandbox 2. Phantom dead, maybe. I really liked them, but I mean, this is a nasty time. I think they stick around, but we'll see. Russell, do you have any idea why market went down yesterday? Tinso. I do. I actually went through a whole rant. Again, these streams, I'm streaming live on YouTube also, so it will also get published on the Daily Crypto Bull YouTube channel, so you can go back and watch all this. I went through a whole 5 to 10 minute explanation of everything that's going on. I'm talking, I summed up hundreds, if not thousands of hours. I'd say 1,000. Hundreds, maybe 1,000 hours of study that I've done this year, putting together what's going on. And I set it all in about 5 to 10 minutes. Basically, on Friday, Tinso, the inflation numbers came out, and they were worse than expected. Most people expected the numbers to be 8.3% or less, and it came back 8.6%. So that slapped some deniers in the face and freaked people out. Like, oh shit, we are not in a downward trend of inflation, deflation. Things are still inflation, and holy shit, nothing's changed. Wow, wait a minute, this is getting serious. And the Fed this week is also raising interest rates, so that was on Friday, the inflation numbers. So all of a sudden people start saying, oh shit, is the Fed going to raise interest rates even higher than we think? And so there's been panic. And then the Lido thing came out, which is where a lot of people have Ethereum staked. Because when they stake Ethereum, they get back ST ETH, staked ETH, which is pegged to Ethereum. It doesn't have anything to do with Ethereum, it's just pegged to Ethereum. But you do use it to redeem your Ethereum on Lido. So that freaked people out. It's still going on. And then Celsius on Sunday, which they paused all trading, swaps, transactions, withdrawals. So it was a hell of a weekend. And Tinso, are you in the Discord? In the Daily Crypto Bull Discord? Because if you were, I posted very clearly several times, and I said it on this live stream, that we are going to have a bloody, bloody weekend. And actually, I even took this trade here on Bitcoin USDT pair. I did some leverage, did 10x leverage, gave me a total of about $123,000 of USDT, and I'm up 24,000 because the price went down. I got in at this price, and now it's at this price, and here's my profit. If you want to learn how to do that, by the way, go to my link in bio, click the link, and this class right here teaches you how to do that. So Tinso, I hope that answered your question, because that's exactly what happened. And I made a TikTok post today too, explaining that. It's about a 3-minute post. Took the time. Tinso, hop in the Discord. I'm in there. I mean, you missed out this weekend. Digimon was in here. Coin Monster, that's their names on here. I know them because they've been on here so much. They're very active members of the Daily Crypto Bull community. They took the short. Can we still short Cerbitro? Yeah, you can. But I mean, you can short or long anytime you want. But the question is it a good time to do it? I don't think it's a good time to short right now. I'm probably going to close out that trade, or at least a good portion of it, because I haven't taken any profit. I just let it sit all weekend because I knew this shit was going down. I didn't know how much, but I knew it was going to be quite a bloody weekend. These things don't happen very often, but when they do, you know, if you know what you're looking at, you know that's what's coming. And I knew it was going to get filthy. I went way in on Phantom, such a fall from grace. Yeah, I lost a good amount on Phantom too. Granted, I sold all my Phantom a couple months ago, and everything in there because I really liked their DeFi protocols. I still do. Just we are where we are, and I'll be looking at them when I think the dust settles and we hit bottom. I shorted ETH during this live at 1268. I don't think it's terrible. I don't think you're not going to get the profits you would have got from Friday, obviously, but yeah, I think you'll. I would take profits quickly, Jeff, and once you move into profit, put your stop in profit. So if you're at 1268, say ETH gets to like 1220, which it probably will, I would say move your stop to 1265, so that if it gets to that, you get stopped out in at least slight profit. I'm pretty conservative. They are saying ETH Classic will drop to 16,000. What? Oh, you must mean BTC, not ETC. I think by the end of the year, I think Bitcoin will drop to minimum 13,500. But I think in reality, I think there's a really good chance it gets into like 9,800, sub 10,000. And I think Ethereum's going to get to $480. Degimon, you just did. Did you move your stop or what? What's ETH at right now? 1246. You just moved your stop. Go ahead, take a little bit of profit. Don't be afraid. I just knew this was going to be filthy, so I didn't take any out of this trade here, because I just knew like this is just going to get bloody. It got even bloodier than I thought it would because of the Lido and Celsius things. But yeah, you're already in profit, Jeff. Degimon, for those of you that don't wonder what I'm talking about, took profit 25%. What kind of leverage did you use, Jeff? Like 10? Yeah, I suppose that would be shit. 1268 down to here. I mean, $12 is 10%. Yeah, you probably did 10x. Yeah, that's how crazy is that, Jeff? Those of you that want to learn how to do that, take this class right here. Should be buy ETH and Bitcoin at 450 and 10K respectively. Can't give you financial advice, but in my opinion, I'll be backing up the truck. I'll liquidate every goddamn thing I got. That's me. I'll liquidate all kinds of shit, but I'm preparing. I expect those prices to happen, so I'm preparing for them now. But I'm not. But I'm also buying when we hit. At the further down we go, I buy. As we ratchet down to lower levels, I buy. I can't tell you how much, man. I don't know what your budget's like. There's too much into that. What price you buying ETH at? I've been buying ETH. I've been buying ETH since 2200. And then I didn't really buy again. I bought at 1900. Then I bought a good amount at 1700s. And then I bought at 15, 14, 13, 12. I bought most of my buys over this weekend. Thank you for the share, 22 portals. Just wish I could throw more cash in right now. It doesn't matter how much you got, Jeff. It always feels like that. Doesn't matter. Always. Just be happy and thankful that you're at where you're at. And the universe has a funny way. You know, if we appreciate where we're at, it tends to work its magic and give us more of it. Tell me you bought today. You damn right I bought some today in the 1200s. I woke up this morning, I'm like, oh, we dropped more? Fuck yeah. I got 40K to spend when ETH hits 1K. Not a terrible decision to me, but I told you I'm buying a lot of ETH, and I have to buy ETH because it's the best risk reward thing on the planet, in my opinion. But the thing I really want to buy the most is NFTs from the game Mirandus, which are virtual world businesses. I really want those. Tinso, Russell. I got, let's see, have purchased ETH at all-time high. Poor me. Just give it time. By April 2025, you will at least have doubled your money. Possibly 4x'd it or more. That was a light switch for me. Thanks for the follow, Darren. ETH will become a monthly payment if it hits 400. Thanks for the share, S001, KKKK. Again, Mirandus is really where. Do you guys want me to show you? I've done it on plenty of live streams, but there's a lot of people in here always that are new. Thanks for the follow, TikTok Antiques. That's a good name, by the way. That's a good TikTok name. If you're actually into antiques, like that's a good name, like from a business standpoint, because the search volume on hashtag TikTok Antiques is probably pretty solid. Huh. Good name. Business-wise. Any idea which one is next? Terra Luna? There won't be. I don't think there'll be another Terra Luna. That's the nastiest, arguably the nastiest thing that's ever happened in crypto, especially for how quickly it happened. I don't think there's another one of those. This is what I don't understand, what these people mean, because ETH is way more than $400 a share. I'm saying that I think my prediction is that ETH will hit $480 as the bottom, probably by the end of the year. Wasn't BitConnect the worst? BitConnect was pretty bad, but people knew that was bullshit. People knew BitConnect was bullshit. Luna wasn't bullshit. It was, but not intentionally. People knew BitConnect was an intentional, total scam. People knew that. But that was bad. Luna is like BitConnect, but it wasn't a scam. It was just dumb. And we didn't realize it completely till what happened. But we all definitely know algorithmic stablecoins are nothing to F with anymore. Only real stablecoins backed by real dollars. USDC. ETH will hit 500 by end of the month. That would surprise me. If that somehow happened, Jesus Christ, I'd move my prediction to ETH hitting 100 by the end of the year. I'll steer way clear of anything Do Kwon related, no doubt. And then go back up to what? ETH will go up to at least 10K by April 2025, possibly 20K plus. And if you like, I can explain why I say that and just pull it out of my butt. Can we cry together? I'm not crying, man. I'm smiling. Thanks for the follow, user 036. Learning to get paid. No, you missed the boat if you think ETH goes 100. Yeah. Oh, that's his name. I see at. Because how many? Listen, I don't know anyone else saying ETH 480. I don't know anyone else saying ETH 9800. I think Bitcoin. Excuse me. I think Bitcoin will definitely get to 13.5. There are other people saying that. I think it'll get to like 9,800, and I think ETH will get to $480. I don't know anyone else saying that, and I'm not doing it for shock value. I just don't know if most people have the understanding of the macro and crypto that I do. Could I be wrong? Totally. But I have a thesis and I have a good explanation for it. Could I be wrong? Of course. You're welcome, user. Killing free time. Yes, please. Why? What? I'm not sure. I don't know what I said. I don't know what you want me to explain. Lee Inc. says, yes, please explain also. Titan rug pull was pretty bad. I got a low rug pull on that. I had a little money in that. Like, I literally got in that one, like 30 minutes before it happened. Shit. It's like, you can't make that up. It was unbelievable. My brother and I were on the phone and we found QuickSwap, which was one of the biggest DEXs. We'd never heard of it. That's why we were looking at it, because it was one of the biggest DEXs. And we're like, how have we never heard of this? And it was on Polygon, I think. I can't remember. But yeah, that was so funny. Just literally just burned money in 30 minutes. Explain by why ETH could go to 20K, by 2025. So, the merge, when it happens, you've probably heard of the merge, I'm assuming. When the merge happens, that's going to switch Ethereum from proof of work to proof of stake. So, every day there's about 13,000 new Ethereum mined per day. Brand new Ethereum, 13,000 a day. When the merge happens, it's going to be more about 1,300 a day. So the supply is going to go, and every time there's an Ethereum transaction, some of that Ethereum gets burned. So I've been saying it, I think Ethereum is going to move into what I call a purification state of being, meaning that every day there's going to be less Ethereum than there was the day before. So when you look at all of that and you translate that, especially looking at the Bitcoin halving, when the Bitcoin halving goes down 50%, and that's what kicks off the bull runs, ETH is going to go down 90% and go negative, purify. Less Ethereum every day than there was the day before. I think that when you crunch those numbers, it seems pretty clear that ETH has a real possibility of doing 20K plus because of supply and demand. No energy for dates, just watching crypto does the trick for me. He said he lost from a crypto token last year. I don't buy his news. Stanley. Ouch, wow, Mark Cuban got the yoink too. Yeah, it was the same one Mark Cuban was in. He won't admit it. No, he did, but he was pissy. He blamed them. And I'm like, nah, you just don't know what you're doing. And granted, I was in there. I don't know. I was speculating. We were just speculating. But I think he had a good amount in there. Coinbase just added Titan to their wallet. It doesn't still exist, does it? What's the deal with Unify? I don't know. If you want to do 10-year timeline for my crypto journey, to be honest, Russell, my stomach hurts watching crypto. 10-year? I think Bitcoin is $500,000 to $1 million by 2030. I understood. Good. Why ETH will be 1/10 once it will move to proof of stake. Yep. That's right. Thoughts on VGX? I like VGX. I love Voyager. But I'm not buying it. I'm not buying anything because I expect everything to go down. So the only things I'm buying are the most important. Ethereum to me. Ethereum. And I bought a little Gala. Buy a little Bitcoin. But I use Voyager. That's my bank. It's my bank. I mean, I don't know how else to say it. That's my bank. Like, it gives me 6 to 9% on my cash, and it gives me interest on my crypto. So I use Voyager. Link in bio takes you to my resources page. Very first button is the button for Voyager. Click that button, you'll get $50, $50 of free Bitcoin when you buy $100 of crypto on their platform. You could just go on to Voyager and buy $100 of USDC. So in other words, you're just changing $100 of USD into $100 of USDC stablecoin, and you'll get $50 of free Bitcoin. Literally, it will be free Bitcoin, and you'll be getting 9% interest on that $100. If you don't do this, I don't understand why not. But you got to live in America. Thank you for the rose so high. Will SHIB vanish? Good chance. Very good chance. I don't think SHIB hits its all-time high ever again. Doge won't either, unless somehow Elon Musk makes it a currency on Twitter. And frankly, I don't think Elon Musk is going to buy Twitter anymore. Thanks for the follow. Jeep. Tinso says, I like Voyager and Robinhood. If I bought stocks, I would certainly use Robinhood. The very few stocks that I have I bought years ago, they're in my Robinhood app, but I would never buy crypto on Robinhood. I really buy 95% of my crypto on Voyager. because they don't have any fees, right? So when I go to buy $1,000 of Bitcoin, I get more Bitcoin for my $1,000. And when I sell my Bitcoin, I get more dollars for my Bitcoin. Replace Bitcoin with whatever crypto you want. Thanks for the follow, Samir. We've got 94 people on here. I've been streaming live for 2.5 hours. This is a common thing here on the Daily Crypto Bull channel. I usually come on here for about 2 hours, Monday through Friday, starting at noon Pacific Standard Time. But I've been kind of pushing it because I haven't been doing the streams much lately because I've been traveling so much, and a lot happened this weekend. A lot. So I'm on here a little longer than usual, just because. And I see that plenty of people, usually by this point in the stream, we have like 35 people in here. It's growing. We have 93. I think that the peak of the stream today was somewhere in the 200s at any one time. But we got 91 in here. Thanks for the follow, Lex. Then how does Voyager make money? There's actually a good interview on that. The CEO of Voyager, Steve Ehrlich, he did an interview on the Paul Barron Network, which is on YouTube. Good channel, by the way, last week. I'd suggest you go watch that. He talks about it. Because some of it's proprietary, but they're a bank. They make money the same way banks do, except they actually share their money with their users, which banks don't. Banks make a shitload of money, but they share none of it with us. Voyager's a new kind of bank. It's my bank. And they share their profits with us, share their gains on our money. Less noise here, more content, and easy to understand for newbies. Appreciate that, TikTok Antiques. By the way, TikTok Antiques, do you actually talk about antiques on your TikTok channel? Because if you don't, you must. That is a good name. That is a good name, TikTok Antiques. Because like if you go look up the hashtag for TikTok Antiques, I'll bet it's easily in the 100,000s, probably millions. It's a good name to have. Work in progress. Well, it's easy. Just look at it and go, I like antiques. My favorite antiques are. Here's something to know about antiques. Or you don't need to show your face. Just show your computer screen and go, hey, this antique right here, I like this, or this one's not real, or this one's fake, or this is a good one, or this is undervalued. Like, it's simple. It's simple. I have another channel called Champions Daily. I help content creators, online businesses, with figuring out how to do stuff. Because I've done it enough times that I'm kind of an expert. Or at least I know a lot of things that are very helpful. So go follow me over there at Champions Daily. Bitcoin will be an antique soon. Not completely inaccurate. I mean, it's for crypto. It is. It's the grandfather, even though it's only 13 years old. You have to come on Wednesday after Jerome Powell speaks. I have a real estate meeting this week, real estate get-together, and I'm either going to do it Wednesday or Thursday. You probably have a good point. Maybe I should push it off till Thursday. After the Celsius news, Binance thought it'd be funny and scare a few. What's your ETH analysis? I'm very long-term on Ethereum. It's the number one thing I buy, and I bought a lot of it over the weekend. But I think it's going to go down to about 480 by the time everything's all said and done, by the time it actually bottoms out. And then I think it'll easily get to 10,000 by April 2025, possibly 20,000 plus. That's my ETH analysis. Everybody on here, please follow me on Twitter. Daily Crypto Bull. That's literally what I am across all the socials. The reason I ask you to do that is because if I can grow my Twitter following, I can get you better guests on this show. What's he talking about? Because when I message people on Twitter, it's a much higher likelihood that they respond to me if I have more followers. They don't know that we have 126,000 community big over here on TikTok. They just see my Twitter following, which is like not even 400 people. And I put out good posts, on Twitter. It's not my most active platform, but I put out good stuff, and you get it quickly. I'd also encourage you to join the Discord and the text message group. The text message group is still free, but it won't be free much longer, because once I hit a certain number of people in there, the company I use to send out these text messages is going to charge me more money. So I'm going to have to start charging everybody that comes in after. Get what I'm saying? And those are alerts that I send out. I don't send very many, but when I do, they're very important. Like this short right here. I did this short on Friday, this Bitcoin USDT short. I said it's going to be a bloody weekend. I also said it in the Discord. I also said it on the Twitter. And it has been very bloody. Got in at this price. It's went down to here. We did a short, so we profit from price going down, and I'm up, 24,500 right now. I should probably take some profit. I haven't taken any yet. Yeah. This is my resources page. For the love of God, go check out Voyager if you're in America. And watch this masterclass. I teach you here how to do this. It's free. Starting to itch. Thanks for the follow, Moon Lady. What's the bottom of Bitcoin and ETH? I think ETH bottoms out at 480, and I think Bitcoin bottoms out at 9,800. Could I be wrong? Of course. Why don't you open a Telegram? Wow, just another thing for me to manage. Go to my Discord. I'm one person. I have TikTok. I have YouTube. I have Twitter. I have Instagram. I have a Discord. I have a text message list. I have a Lever Atlas product. No. Come to me. If you want more, come to Twitter. Come to Discord. Don't ask me to open up another channel. I can't manage it. I can't manage what I got now. Thank you for joining me on Twitter, Antiques. Yes, it's Daily Crypto Bull. I'm Daily Crypto Bull on all the socials. Not real Daily Crypto Bull, not Daily Crypto Bull 1, Daily Crypto Bull on all of those socials. TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram. I'm from Spain, not sure if I can get Discord. Hell yeah, you can get Discord. Unless your country blocks you, which doesn't sound very Spanish to me, sounds very China. Yeah, you get it. Discord's free. It's not even an app. Well, it is an app. Yeah, you got to get an app. It should be in the App Store, Google Play Store, whatever. And Discord is the place to be. Discord and Twitter. I understand Telegram, but Telegram, I do have Telegram. Not as a Daily Crypto Bull channel, but sometimes I've had to use it. I hate Telegram. There is no place that has more scammers than effing Telegram. It is I got scammed once on Telegram. I didn't know. Wasn't very familiar with Telegram. And they sent me a thing, said I was whitelist on something, and it looked legit. Sent them $300. Fucking hate Telegram. So I said, fuck it. Thoughts on Floki? Sorry, unknown. Are you kidding? The economy and the globe macro environment is burning. And you think Floki is the one that's going to float? Get the fuck out of Floki. I don't know how to use Discord. You didn't know how to use TikTok before you used it either. It's easy though. It's just a chat group. It's like Telegram, right? You join the group and you just chat. It's very easy, very easy. But nonetheless, you can join the text message group. Oh, if you're in Spain, yeah, you may not get the messages from me on the text group then. I'm not sure about the service I use. I'm not sure if how international they go. He said 400. Yeah, I think 480 Halt Gods. These are just my best guesses, based not just I'm not pulling out of my butt, by a little bit of intuition, but a lot of looking at the charts, a lot of looking at stats and numbers of not just crypto, but stock market, bond market, mostly those, and seeing how much further they have to go. Because when you look at the stock market, it just seems obvious to me that the stock market has a lot further down to go. And the housing market has a ways down to go. It hasn't even really dropped yet. It's cooled off and starting to. It's like that when you're going up and you catch that moment where it's like that's where the housing market's at. And stocks they're still in free fall. So I just think because of how much is left to go in stocks and how much of the year and where inflation is at and everything, it feels to me like we got about another 60%. It looks like to me. We have another 60% down from where we currently are. For the stock market, that translates to about a 20 to 30% from where we currently are, probably closer to 30. So, do the numbers, right? 1,200. What's 40%? He said 60. Yeah, 60% down. So that means 40% of what we have now is where the price would bottom. 40% of 1,200 is what? About 480. And funny enough, I've been saying like 500 for a while. And I've been calling 13.5 Bitcoin for sure, but I've been like, I think it's going to go under 10. And guess what? What's 40% of 23,000? About 9,200. But I give Bitcoin a little more leeway, so I say 9,800. That's my thoughts. Who else is saying this? Like, if what I'm saying is true, doesn't it make sense to plan for this scenario than the scenario that we've bottomed or we don't have much further to go? Because what if what I'm saying happens and you didn't plan for it? You fucked. Or it's going to hurt. But if you plan for what I'm saying, you can prepare for it. And if things end up not being as bad as I'm saying, super, you're prepared. If it gets as bad as I'm saying, super, you're prepared. Does that make sense? Jeff, I don't know if I said pull funds from your 401 to dump into ETH. I mean, sure, but I meant more. I don't remember saying that because I don't want to give that kind. I don't give that kind of financial advice. I don't, especially with something like that, where this is. I don't want to be responsible for people's 401ks. Although I think it's a fantastic move. I think if you could sell, get out of your stocks because they're going down lower and turn it into cash, to me that's a good move. And if you can somehow put that cash into Voyager and incorporate it, get your 6 to 9%, like that makes sense to me. I think cash is king right now, and I'm very slow to DCA even at these levels. But as we go down, I have my rules, so I buy some. How much time you give to get to that price? I mean the lows. I think it could happen by the end of the year, within the next 6 to 12 months. But depending on unknown factors, macroeconomically speaking. Joking, it was a fun thought. I was going to say, I don't remember telling you to do that. Although, I mean, Jeff, I think we both agree that would probably turn out pretty well. I guess there's no point of DCA now if it goes down so much more. I'm already 70% down on my portfolio. Ophir Cohen. That is what you're saying is what most people think. I would challenge you to think differently about it. Because most people think I'm down. I can't sell now. Well, you were down a month ago. Down less than you are now. And you were down less than you were 2 months ago. 2 months ago, you know what I'm saying? And you're probably saying the same things. Well, I can't sell now, it's down. Sell it. I mean, I'm not saying sell it. I'm saying, listen, you are where you're at. Everything is where it's at. Are your funds, if you could pick anything to be in right now, is this where you'd want to be? If you're in a bunch of shit altcoins, you're like, they need to go back up, or can you just liquidate them now and move the funds into something more higher class like Ethereum? Or just move it into USDC. If you think the market's going down lower, just liquidate it into USDC, put it in Voyager, and get your 6 to 9%. I know. But you know what? There's something freeing when you sell that shit too. I sold some alts. I sold all my alts 2 months ago. All of them. And if you guys have been watching me, you know I did it. I told you I did. I was very vocal about it. I'm still saying it 2 months later. I took some losses, absolutely. And I put it into USDC. And you know what? That was a good move. That was a good fucking move. Just thoughts to think on. How do I find you on Discord? Just download it. Go click on my TikTok bio. There'll be a link here. It's not showing it on my desktop, but there'll be a link here. And it'll take you to this page. Just scroll down a little bit. This is the Discord link right here. And this is that text message list. Although with you being in Spain, I don't know. Try it out. Try to join. Worst case scenario, my messages won't get delivered to you. But you'll definitely be able to join Discord. This is where I trade. I did this trade over the weekend. Did some 10x leverage on Bitcoin USDT, and I'm up 24 grand because the price went down. If you want to learn how to make money when the price goes down, this is where I do it at. This is where my trade is. But this class right here teaches you how I do it. And if you're in America, for the love of God, please, for the love of God, get a Voyager account. Use this link, use this code, because then you'll get $50 of free Bitcoin. And you know what? To show you that I don't even care if you use this, if you know someone else's referral code, use theirs. Just use someone's referral code, because then you'll get your free Bitcoin. And this is a very limited time offer. How long do you have to have your money in Voyager for the 9%? Not long at all. It pays you on the, that's good. A good question. It pays you, so it's 9% APR, 9% annual, but it pays you on the first of every month, right? So it pays you 0.0075% on the first of every month. So if you got $1,000 in there, throat's getting dry. Hold on, I'll answer it. I've been on here for almost 3 hours now. My throat is dry. So let's say you had $1,000 in there. So they'll pay you $90 over the course of a year, because that would be 9%. Every month, they would pay you 1/12 of that $90. So you'd get like $8 dropped in your account on the first of every month in USDC. And same thing with Ethereum, Bitcoin, Cardano, etc. They pay you your interest on the first of every month, and they pay it to you in the corresponding coin. USDC, they pay you in USDC. ETH, they pay you in ETH. Bitcoin, they pay you in Bitcoin, etc. on the first of every month, like clockwork. It's fantastic. I extra love checking my Voyager, my bank account, on the first of every month. And they pay you not based on, like, if you had they pay you on what your daily average was for the month. So if you didn't have any money in there the first 29 days of the month, and then you put in $3,000, because it's a minimum $100 daily average balance for the month to qualify for the interest. So that would be $100 a day, right? If it's 30 days in the month, you'd have to have a total of $100 a day average, meaning 3,000 divided by 30 days would be 100, right? So then you would qualify. So the first 29 days of the month, you could have zero in there. But then if on the 30th day you deposit $3,000, well, $3,000 divided by 30 is 100, so you'll get your interest payment the next day. See what I'm saying? Yes, Jeff, it is APR, but they do pay you on the first of every month. And technically, if you just let it keep accruing, it would become APY slightly higher, probably 10, 11%. Hulk says, okay, thanks. It's going to be my new bank too. You're welcome. Because, I mean, that's what it is. It's a bank. And it's adding more services. Like, it's got a card now. They'll be rolling, some people have it. They're rolling it out to more and more. It's a debit card. You'll just be able to use your USDC balance and buy things. It's amazing. And I'm not sponsored. With that being said, full disclosure, if Voyager wanted to sponsor me, I would absolutely accept that. Because I would be doing exactly what I'm doing now. It's just they would be giving me money too. That'd be nice. Who would say no to that? Top 5 pick in crypto bear market except Bitcoin. Okay. Ethereum number 1 for me. Gala number 2, because we can't include Bitcoin. So Gala, Bitcoin is actually my number 2. Then Gala. Then probably a mixed bag of Sand, XRP, Chainlink, VeChain. The Matic is in there too somewhere. Wish they'd hurry up with the cards. I agree, Jeff. I agree. Because I use the Fold card. This is what I use. This is a bank too. This is a bank. But they gave me a card. And I actually have a routing number and an account number and everything, but it's just an app on my phone and this card. Great customer service, by the way. This is the best Bitcoin rewards card in the business. Again, not sponsored, but if Fold wanted to sponsor me, same thing. I would absolutely take their money and keep doing exactly what I'm doing now. So I use this. I average back about 2.5% on my purchases. And some things, I say average, because in their app, you can buy gift cards. Like you can buy an Amazon gift card. And I get back about 6-7% on my Amazon gift cards. I get back about 3 to 4% on my Chipotle gift cards. I get about 6% on my Home Depot gift cards, like Banana Republic, Marshall's Home Goods, Adidas. There's so many gift cards you can buy, and you get this crazy Bitcoin back. It's fantastic. And what a good time to be accumulating. What a great way to DCA Bitcoin, right? A Bitcoin rewards card, especially at these prices. Is Voyager FDIC insured? It is, but only for the USD. So if you have USD just sitting there, not USDC, USD sitting there, then it's FDIC insured. But who's doing that? We're using USDC. FDIC can't insure anything but USD, which is the dollar. That's the only thing they can insure. So no one is insured for anything but that, right? You can't get insurance for crypto. Not yet. You will. But that's why I say you need to set up the proper security measures. You need to get the proper two-factor authentication. And I don't mean the phone one where they send you a text message. Get like Google Authenticator. Then you're safe. Because it's not like Voyager is going to get hacked or Coinbase is going to get hacked. You're going to get hacked if you don't set up the proper security. It's not their fault. They're not getting hacked. They are super secure. But you could get hacked because of your negligence. I hope that makes sense. Thoughts on Engine? I like Engine because I'm very big on blockchain gaming. It's on my list. It's just further down my list. I'll wait till where I believe we bottom to start getting that. Internet issue? I don't own any shitcoins, only the good projects, waiting to start moving DCA again after a month. Cool, Ophir. I bought over the weekend, and I expect Ethereum to go down more. I expect everything to go down more, and I'm still buying. But I sold all my altcoins 2 months ago. I don't consider Ethereum an altcoin. Wool. I'll keep stacking Cardano, the only blockchain doing things the right way. Slow Sparks, I like Cardano. You sound like you're in the Cardano gang or something. Be careful about following dogma because then it becomes kind of religious and you can't see straight. I like Cardano, but objectively I couldn't pick them as the top thing. I'll buy some when I think the market's bottomed. I like them, but like XRP Army, Cardano Gang, like they can't see straight. I like those projects. I'm gonna buy them, but objectively, they have a long ways to go. Especially Cardano. XRP not as much. XRP is like, yeah, that's pretty much locked in for me. Cardano ain't really done much yet. They got a long ways to go. My opinion. No algo at all in top 5. Going to buy some Gala. A lot of people like algo, and people I respect really like it. I just haven't done the proper research on algo, but it's on my list. When I think we bottomed, I'll buy some algo. Just as if I'm going to DCA on the way down when I think it's going lower, I'm only going to buy, I'm going to be extra selective about what I buy and how much I buy. They're my must-haves. Did you buy your Nano on Amazon or the company? Well, if you buy it on Amazon from Visit the Ledger store, that is Ledger. So I bought it from there. I'm pretty sure. Maybe I bought it from their site. No, I bought it from their site. You're right. By the way, if you want to get a Ledger, I have a link on the resources page. Here it is, right here. This takes you straight to the Ledger site. Slow Sparks says fair enough. I try to be, I don't try to like hate or anything. I just try to be as objective as possible, because when we lose objectivity, we get burned, and I've been burned enough that I try to be as balanced as possible. I really look at adoption is a big thing. And Cardano's got a community, but they don't have enough adoption because there's not much you can do. And they just kind of finally got their smart chain launched, smart contracts, in September, which is right at the end of the bull market. Like, I think they have a good shot. I do. I will buy some when it bottoms. Absolutely. Voyager's only in the US at the moment, yep. But it will be rolling out to Europe. I know they got approved by Europe like at the end of last year, and they were supposed to roll out, I thought, by March or April, but they haven't yet. So that's fine by me. Take your time. I mean, I know you're in Europe. If you're in Europe, I get it. But I want them to do things, the right way. So not try to grow too fast, especially times like this. Focusing on growth right now, terrible idea. This is not a growth environment. This is a, keep your pants on environment and innovate, get better. What's your thoughts on SafeMoon as a long-term investment? Is that a serious question? I don't mean to be disrespectful. I don't know if you're kidding or not. I think it's horrendously terrible. in case you want me to just be clear, it's horrendously terrible. Horrendously terrible. Horrendously terrible. I don't mean that. I don't mean any disrespect. It's horrendously terrible. I'll give you another tip. Anything that uses the word safe or moon in it, run. I didn't know didn't SafeMoon already crash? Like Rug? Thanks for the follow, Slow Sparks. Look forward to Voyager in UK, absolutely. Okay, heard bad things about buying Nano on Amazon. Some people say that because, but yeah, it's the same price. So I would just buy it from the website. I have the link on the resources page. I actually think there's a discount that you get if you use the link on my resources page. I think. But it is best to just be safe. Buy it straight from the actual website. You own 600 million Supermoon. It's worth 55 cents or $55. I think you mean cents with the dot there. Safe and Moon. You guys seem to find that pretty funny. I don't want to disrespect anybody on here like that. Cents. Yeah, I bet it is. They implemented the reflection token thing, right? The reflection thing, right? And that was SafeMoon's listen, we have shitloads of Ponzi's during bull market. And that's fine, but it's a Ponzi game to play. That's what those were, and they were meant to die. SafeMoon, good God, so many I can't even think of them. They were Ponzi's, and I don't even mean scams. Like, you should know what they are going in. Like, that's what they are. They are. You can get rich fast. You basically two outcomes. You're going to make a shitload of money or go broke or lose it all. That's exactly what they were like. That was the game going in. And SafeMoon was one of those. And that's fine. just know what game you're playing, because you can make a shitload of money, but it's a high risk thing. It's not something that's meant to last. You open your trust wallet and see leave that Safe Moon there as a reminder, because it's just things we do. Best Ponzi, Dogecoin. Well, Dogecoin isn't a Ponzi; it's a meme coin. That's not a Ponzi. Like there were mechanics within the Ponzi coins, Ponzi projects, and I'm calling them scams. Like if you didn't know that's what you were getting into, shame on you, not even on them. Although Ring, well, Ring too, but Ring, ooh, people don't talk enough about Ring. Were any of you ever in Ring? Thanks, Killing Free Time. What do you suggest? Were any of you in Ring? I was in a little bit of Ring. Ring was paying like 5% a day. And it looked at a good website. And they rugged the shit out of people. They call it a slow rug, sort of. Not slow rug. Maybe you call it a slow rug. So many people lost their life on that thing. But it's those types of things where you get in, and the objective. Why is this not charging? The objective was to get your money back and then play from there. That was the objective of these Ponzi things. It was to get in there. Boy, we're over 3 hours now. Was to get in there and get your money back as quick as possible, and then play with house money. Most people didn't get that. I didn't get that on everyone. I lost some money on some of that shit. Doge is older than ETH. That would be news to me. Do me a favor and go follow me on Twitter, Daily Crypto Bull. On my resources page, there's the little twit, the little bird. The reason I ask that is I post some good stuff on there, but I need to grow my following so that I can get more people on this show for interviews, etc. Because Twitter's the best place to reach out to people, to ask them about stuff like that. And if I don't have a big enough follower number, they don't pay attention to me, because they don't know that we have 126,000 wonderful people over here on TikTok. They just see the Twitter number, which is a fraction of that. So go follow me on Twitter. Plus, I put good stuff there too. Only reason I still have Supermoon is I don't know how to get rid of it. It's Supermoon. My brother, he bought something called Moon. And he knew right away, but he didn't sell it in time. He knew it was bullshit, but he bought it. Moon. Moon. It's got Safer Moon. It was trying to play to the newer crypto audience. Total scam. Every time. Moon. It was called Moon. And I said, well, maybe you'll have better luck with Moon. But it was the best performance, unfortunately. I'm not sure what we meant there. 16,000 likes today. That's pretty awesome. You guys want to talk any more about macro or crypto or what to expect here coming up? I think I've pretty much said it all. I've spent, since Thursday, I have been spending 12 hours a day getting my, I'll say hands on, but really my ears and eyes on all the charts, all the information, all the different perspectives from experts. And yeah, I had a lot to say today, and as I'm trying to see where the consensuses lie and the thoughts, see which ones make the most sense. And not meaning to toot my own horn, but I am a little bit. And maybe I'm just biased, I don't know. But I felt a lot of people came over to what I've been saying for a couple months now. That they've, well-respected, experienced people that have been not agreeing with me, I guess. Not that it's about that. Having a different view, and they're coming over to what I've been saying to you guys for at least a couple months. So that makes me feel even stronger about what I've been saying. My family probably thinks I'm losing it in my office, working and laughing. Symmetry, yes please. Yes please to what? Are we at bottom? I don't think so at all. No, hell no. No. And that's another thing I could tell was that people were flipping into where we've already been. Most people are not, like, you're still, I'm saying I think Ethereum's going to 480. I think Bitcoin's going to 9,800. How many people are saying that? Probably more now, but it's certainly not a majority, not even remotely close. And I've been saying ETH to possibly 500, Bitcoin to possibly sub 10 for a while. Now I'm just more convinced than ever. I've been saying Bitcoin almost for sure to 13.5 and ETH almost for sure to 750. Now I'm dropping those down. So again, I'm not tooting my own horn. I really don't mean to be. I just sometimes you just got to say it, because you guys, those of you that have been listening to me for a while, you know that's what I've been saying. And that's not what most people are saying, but more and more people are saying these things now. I've been talking about the housing market, how it's going to drop significantly. Can't even tell you how many people are still against that one, but more and more people are starting to objectively look at the data. Because, you know, there's a wall, there's writing on it. Most people are like this. They will not look. It's on the wall. It's there. And then what happened with the inflation numbers? Oh, slapped some people, and they said, "Oh shit!" They couldn't sit with their head in the sand because someone kicked their head out of the sand. Like, no, this is not. We are nowhere near. Fed's gonna pivot. They gotta pivot. They can't do this to the economy. They gotta pivot. No, you're saying that because that's what you see as best interest for you. That's not reality. Reality is bear markets and recession, depressions are painful to most, because most have not planned appropriately and they have way over leveraged themselves, businesses, etc. You just wait. We haven't even seen like major corporations go out of business yet, go bankrupt. It's coming. Housing markets are going to drop significantly, and they're going to do it. They're going to talk about, ooh, they've been saying a little bit now, house market's kind of cooling. Then they're going to start saying, ooh, it's softening. And then they're going to say, oh, it's going down a little bit, it's correcting a bit. And then they're going to say it's crashing. And I'm telling you, that fucker's coming down. You can't go up that high without coming back to, because there's a mean, right? There's a line that goes up and to the right, but when you get too high above it or too far below it, it pulls you back. And typically, if you get too high, the momentum pulls you down to past it. And if you get too low, it pulls you up past it. But we typically want it to go up, so we push it, because we're never trying to pull it down, we're always trying to push it up. Millionaires, billionaires are made in recessions and depressions, generationally speaking. Florida is booming. Z Preston. It's been booming, but no, it's not. Tampa has a lot of flippers. Miami's a pretty popular spot. I can tell you, I'm in real estate too. Been in it for over a decade. No, about a decade. And mortgage applications have been dropping week over week over week. Houses have been sitting on the market longer and longer and longer and longer. Prices are even beginning to, houses are even taking reductions, and it's across the country. So, to me, writing's on the wall. Real estate's just a slower moving thing. Now, we're not going to have these massive foreclosures, but I think the big problem to look at, which is coming, is house builders. I think house builders overbuilt, and there's going to be tracts of land and partially built houses all over the fucking place. Why did Celsius pause all transactions? Because they over leveraged themselves. Dogecoin can do till 2024, that means it survived 10 years, and maybe Dogecoin does keep going. I don't know, but it's still useless. So I don't know. I mean, it's perplexed me always. I don't know. Has it really been around 10 years? I just started wholesaling, and what a game changer for me. Yeah, that's how I started out in real estate too. I was doing wholesale. Get the contract, flip the contract. Be careful, because you can't really do wholesaling when the market's going down, unless you get a redonkulous deal. But typically, you need to get to do a wholesale flip. You typically need to get it at 65% of ARV, and then you flip it to someone for that extra 5%, so they can get it at 70. When is next halving? About March, April 2024. Everyone moving here, that's why we would be the last to slow down. People are moving a lot of places. It may be one of the later ones, maybe. But no, you're already slowing down. Promise you, you're already slowing down. Because interest rates. The same house at the beginning of the year, just several months ago, that cost $2,000 a month, now costs $2,600 a month because of the rise in interest rates. And those are only going to get higher. They have to. Look at the inflation numbers. The Fed has to spike it. I think the Fed, we're at 0.75. Listen to me. We're at 0.75 for Fed funds rate. 0.75. 0.75. I don't see a world where the Fed doesn't have to get to at least 4+%. Every 1% interest goes up, a home buyer loses 10% of their buying power. So that same thing, when is it $2,000 a month, and now we've gone up 3%, so now it's $2,600. By the time we get to 4%, they're going to be paying like $3,000 plus for that $2,000 house. They just can't do that. And I think this low unemployment that we have is going to shift too pretty quickly, well, pretty drastically, because they can't pay these wages. It doesn't make any sense. We're in a recession. So that's going to adjust. Slow Sparks, good question. Let me see what the question was. Oh, you think the market when turned bull before next halving? That is a good question. Oh, you mean housing market? You mean housing market or what market? Crypto or housing or what? Slow Spark. Which market? Crypto. Yes, I do. I think we will bottom out before then. So everything after that, I would consider a bull market. I think there's a good chance we bottom out by the end of this year, but TBD on that one because of the macroeconomic factors. Hulk says, yeah, I cold call from my house. Good on you for cold calling. I never really liked that. I cold emailed. Back when I started doing it, there was a lot more stuff on Craigslist. So I used Craigslist a lot. I suppose Facebook Marketplace would be a lot better now. But I don't really do any of that. With that being said, I will be... Hulk, are you familiar with subject to purchasing? Owner financing, but subject to is a specific version of it. I've been on here for 3 hours and 18 minutes. Hulk, you are. That's what I'll be looking to mostly do when I feel like we get to some good prices. And if we don't get there, fuck it. But what I'll be looking to do is when I feel the timing is right, which I think will be in about 12 to 18 months, I'll be looking for people that are underwater on their mortgage and want to get out of it. And I will take over their property subject to the underlying mortgage. They will just give it to me. And we will sign a contract and I will agree to take over their mortgage. And I will turn it into an Airbnb. That's my plan. But I'm being patient. Because right now, You can't. Well, you could short the housing market. I'm not that sophisticated to know how to short the actual housing market, but you could short like home builders, like D.R. Horton. Mm-hmm. They're about to get. Home builders are going to be the super thing that gets screwed. Not screwed, they did it to themselves. That gets hurt in this one. Not foreclosures, house builders. And that's going to have a drastic effect on home values. And guess what? They've been building like effing crazy in Florida. Everywhere. But Florida, Tampa, Miami. Whew. With that being said, how does Twitter profile picture look like, mate? What does it look like? Oh, did I change it to the one from here, or do I have that little crypto demon? I don't know, but I am Daily Crypto Bull, not Daily Crypto Bull 1, not real Daily Crypto Bull, like straight up Daily Crypto Bull, one word. And I think I have about 300 some followers. And you can't Airbnb there. You can't Airbnb in Hawaii. I didn't know that. That's too bad. I get it though, because it's such a massive. It would kill. It's so bad for the existing tourist hospitality industry there. That would be very terrible for them. So, I get that, but free market, guys. Free market. Let the market decide. Everything will change and adjust. So I don't agree with that if that's what Hawaii is doing. I understand, but I don't agree with it. This is a survival of the fittest world. And that's what the fair markets are there for. Well, it's because they're influenced by the hospitality industry and they're just helping their buddies. That's it. And that's not cool. And I believe that should be basically criminal. How are you going to tell me what I can and can't do with my house? That's another thing too. You never actually own your house. If you think you should buy your own property to live in, that's what most people think. And let me ask you another question. When has what most people do been the best thing to actually do? No, rarely. So, welcome in So High on Twitter. Thanks, buddy. You can't even buy lottery tickets in Hawaii. I'm actually more okay with that than the Airbnb thing, because I think gambling is the government ripping off their people and setting a shitty culture. Like I grew up in South Dakota. There's video lottery everywhere. Laundromats, gas stations, Walmarts, everywhere. And it's terrible. It's terrible for the culture. Terrible for the people. Good for the government, money-wise, but terrible for the culture. I don't like gambling. I don't like it at all. No, I don't. It's my opinion. We're going live for 3 hours and 23 minutes. It was a big day. It was a big weekend. So I'm on here longer. I'm usually still on here. Well, poker, Hulk, I'll give you that. I'll play some poker because there's skill in that. Yes, there's chance, but there's skill in that. So poker is a different game. I don't actually count poker as gambling, right? But the things where you just like slot machines, like blackjack, poker, I can be okay with that because there is math to that stuff. Where if you go sit down at like a vid lotto machine, it's pre-programmed for you to lose. There's no, it's just luck, pure luck. And people and they're addictive and they're meant to be addictive and it's just, but blackjack, poker, sure, Those are games. Those are games. There's skill there. I get that. That's fine. That's fine by me. I mean, don't get me wrong. Every so often, if Powerball or Mega Millions gets big enough, and I see it, and I just happen to be checking out somewhere where they offer it, I'm like, oh, yeah, give me one of those. $2, whatever. I'd say I buy like maybe 2 lottery tickets a year, just for the fun of it. I never buy the scratchers. That's just ridiculous. I don't even understand why people really do that. All right, I'm probably going to pop off. Follow me on Twitter. Let's get that Twitter number up so that we can get access to bigger guests. Again, if you didn't hear me talk on that, it's because if I have a bigger Twitter number, it's more likely people will respond to me when I start a conversation with them or ask them to come on this show, because they don't know about this big TikTok following. They just see the little Twitter number, which is like, I don't know. You guys have probably moved it up today. That's good. It's in the 300s probably somewhere. But we got to build that. We got to build that sucker up. Thanks, Hulk. Come on over. I know you've been on several of these TikToks. So come into the Discord too. Come get involved in there. I'm in there a good amount. You too, Jeff. You're welcome. S001. Thank you, Antiques. And Antiques, go check out my Champions Daily TikTok channel, because I talk a lot about creating content businesses that revolve around content, because it's just ridiculous the time we live in. If you're liking, you got a good name, TikTok Antiques, it's a good name. If you had some kind of antique business, hit me up over there, or go watch some of my content, something like that. Thank you for the weights, Prussian. Something I would like to get more involved in. Would like if I had been involved in. I don't know if I don't necessarily love lifting weights. Cool, Antiques. I'll be live again tomorrow at noon Pacific Standard Time, TikTok and YouTube. We had a good amount of people in here today. Now we're finally winding down. Now we're in the 30s. When we get into the 30s, that's how I know we're winding down. Because I think we got to 200 some, which is fine, which is good. I just try to keep as many people on as long as possible, because I got things to share and I want to get the whole message out, especially on a day like today. Prussian, NASDAQ. 3 different NASDAQs. I don't know what those ones are. See you, Dan. Okay, I think we're good. I'm going to probably close out a good portion of my Bitcoin USDT trade, because I think where are we at on ETH right now? 12. I think it's just not updating. It's got to be, can't be exactly at 1246. Let me refresh this. You're really just sitting at 1246 still? Why is that number not moving? Clock's ticking. All right, well, guess it's just kind of stuck at 1246. ETH is. Bitcoin, yeah, I'll probably close some of this. Oh, hey, look at that. Oh, Bitcoin's under 23 now, and we're up to almost 26,000 profit. That's nice. All right, I just came in. Can you repeat the message? You're gonna have to tune in tomorrow, man. I've been on here for 3.5 hours. My throat's burned. I'm burned. I'll sum it up. Shit's gonna go lower. It may bounce, but shit's going lower. Everyone's hanging on what the Fed's gonna say on Wednesday. What are they gonna do with interest rates? Are they gonna do the 0.5 that was planned? Or will they do more? About 25-30% of people think they're gonna do 0.75. And about less than 1% think they'll do 1%. I'm hoping they do 1%. Get this shit over with. It needs to be done. Rip that Band-Aid off faster. It's my opinion. I'm not a Federal Reserve expert. And maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. But does anybody really? Because everyone's just kind of guessing, ultimately. But I think they'll show that they have no spine and they'll do the 0.5. If they did the 0.75, I'd be like, bravo. And if they did 1%, mad respect. But I think they'll do the 0.5 and then just kick the can down the road, procrastinate. But I think ETH will get to 480, will be its bottom, $480, and I think Bitcoin will get to 9,800. Yeah, I said it. I've been saying it. Not quite this aggressively. I've been saying Bitcoin for sure to 13.5, ETH to about 750, maybe 500, and now I'm like, yeah, I think 480. I think that's my call, and I think 9,800 is my Bitcoin call. No one else is saying that, and to me, it makes sense to plan for the worst. Because if it gets down to there, cool, you planned for it. If it doesn't get that bad, cool, you planned for it worse than it ended up being. Super. June was early and because of the Fed speech. All right, I'm going to tune off. You guys are awesome. Follow me on Twitter. Check out the link in the bio. That will take you to my resources page. This page right here. For the love of God, if you live in America, sign up for a Voyager account. Use this link or code, and you'll get $50 of free Bitcoin. When you buy $100 of crypto on their platform, you could just go buy $100 of USDC coin, which is worth $100 US. Always will be. And you'll get 9% interest and $50 free Bitcoin. What? 9% interest? Yeah. I don't have money in the bank. This is my bank. I come bring it over here and get interest on my cash. Especially in this environment, that's the best. So I'm out. You guys are great. Take care. See you tomorrow, noon Pacific Standard Time.